Oh boy, guys. So, good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Bladders. Always paired by coffee each and every time. I ended up getting this Rolling Stone mug many years back when they were a half decent magazine. Now it's just trash. It's sad. And Jen is the first today. I saw you first. Yeah, da, 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 da. Anyways, I hope everybody is doing pretty decent. I thought I maybe would go off and do a special sort of snowed in edition. I think it ended up yes, you are second Brian out in Tokyo. You don't have any snow in Tokyo right now, do you? Unless it's in the mountains. Anyways, so the snow totals kept changing on and off all day yesterday. I think it started around almost 3 o'clock Central Standard, stopped around six-ish, and started back up again around almost close to 9 p.m. Richard, how are you? And cheers to you and everybody else out there. That's right. This broadcast is not sponsored by Rolling Stone, because Rolling Stone is a piece of shit magazine. Now, I used to read it in the 70s and 80s and 90s, in the early O's. Then I kind of fell away from it. Dino, how you doing? How you doing? I did alert all the VC Justice League and a couple extra members today who I will not mention. I gave them invites to at least come up and watch the show. They obviously don't have to be on panel when we do our panel. I said do. But needless to say, it'll be an unexpected surprise. Anyways, yes, we all love Dino. Who does not love Dino? Jerry Lewis, on the other hand. Yes, Fred, I'm back again, right? I'm back. Guess who's back? Da da da. Yes, all the love fest all the way around for us 13 people currently. And I know it's a Friday afternoon. Normally I don't do Friday afternoons, but I said, you know what? I don't give a shit. I know that later today it's going to get busy, and then tomorrow I can't even think about tomorrow right now at this point. Julian, nice to see you. I like the avatar. Hope you're doing well over in Germany. That's right. Getting those medal. It's all about the medal. Hello from the Netherlands. See, we got Netherlands, we got Germany, we got Japan, we've got US, Cali, East Coast. I think, if I remember correctly, Shenanigans may or may not be able to be here today, because I think she said she's driving home or something or whatever. I don't know. It is what it is. 63 today, and I'm loving it. I wish it was 63. From 8 October, we fry here in Phoenix. Good to see you, Paul. Good to see you, too. I may or may not eventually have to do an Arizona trip. And in fact, it's going to be around, if I do it, it's going to be around Phoenix Mesa area. Happy birthday, you day tripper. One-way ticket, yeah. Anyways, so I'll tell you, we had a nice stream last night. I kind of felt bad in a way, though, because there was a certain person that just walked in as I'm leaving the show yesterday. And, life happens, it's what it is. What do you think about Heath Ledger playing Joker in the Batman movie? I'm going to tell you that's one of my favorite Jokers, honestly. Okay. But everybody that has done Joker has done a different take on it. I remember Jack Nicholson's Joker, which was fine at the time. Cesar Romero in the 60s dug his Joker, right? And then Heath Ledger, I thought he was pretty damn good in that. I also think Joaquin, okay, was good in the first Joker movie. I finally did get to see most of the second Joker movie. Wasn't a real big fan. I really wasn't. I'd say I probably liked a third of the movie. That was about it. If you do, let me know. My sister lives in that area, and I might have to make a see. Maybe that is possibly doable. I'm thinking like in the next year or two. Excuse me. A walking phoenix, and I'm still a little cloggy. I don't know how long that's going to take. I keep taking all the meds, but they claim it takes a while. Oh, okay. Because I kind of mentioned to certain somebody if we go that I want to go in February because I at least would like to catch 3 to 4 days of Cub spring training at Camp Ho Cam. And usually it's February, early March, right? I think so. Any during that time. Needed more Gaga, she says. She lives in Surprise. I've heard of Surprise, Arizona. I don't know why, but I have. Gaga is the worst. Did you get the bird flu? I don't know what the hell kind of flu I got. To be honest, I had it. I did have the C word, the vid. Okay, but then after that, it's now just this congestion. I mean, I still feel about 75% better compared to 2 weeks ago. George, how you doing? One of the best, if not the best, Four Seasons related channel. Go check out, like, and subscribe all my people here. I said all my people. Anyways, got a handful of different things to talk about. You know Psycho's channel. He's loose. He's looser than a goose purse. That's yesterday's password was goose purse. Today's password will be Sailor Keith Moon.
Nice.
I really wish I could show those pictures. I wonder.
Let me see if I can bring it up on my iPad, because if I can, I'll do it that way.
Now,
it might be big enough that way to be seen. Let me see.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we're talking about, which currently at the moment is a running gag now here. Okay, so you take Sailor Moon, okay, and I know a lot of you guys out there, teenagers on up, would watch Sailor Moon and then have to go relieve themselves after watching Sailor Moon. But what if you take Sailor Moon and you take the belated Keith Moon from The Who and you put them together? You now have what is known as a Sailor Keith Moon.
Let me email it to myself that I can get it on here.
Okay. And so, oh my God. There was 3 I was laughing. I was dying. I was like, my God, I can't unsee it now. See, you can't unsee Richard, she whenever she feels like it, if she wants to, that is her choice about bouncing up and down. But we're very glad, of course, by the way, Dad, this lovely here is not affected by the wildfires.
No, I'm nowhere near those.
But I'm telling you, boy, oh boy, things burning left and right. Supposedly, I heard they caught one person.
One arsonist with a flamethrower.
Holy shit, a flamethrower.
That's a bike. I'm sorry. If I saw that, I'd be going, am I on drugs right now?
That's military. Well, you still could be on drugs and it would still have I wonder if it's a military grade flamethrower. Seriously. And don't ask me what the difference between a Timu flamethrower, oh my God, you wouldn't want to know, mixed with a high grade
flamethrower just be like a lighter.
Yep, that's exactly it. You see, you get this picture, but when you spend the $479.99, you just get a lighter. Speaking of Timu, I know I get where the goofiest things I have got today. My little rotary phone, courtesy of a belated, I can't remember if it was a birthday gift or a Christmas gift from Donna Jo Cat Lady. Yes, she's a big Timu fan. That's where I had the Beatles Yellow Submarine rug or whatever I showed a few episodes ago. It was from Timu. So yeah, you can get the Beatles.
Stuff from Timu is okay. Just anything that actually matters.
I
You
feel
probably
cheated.
don't want to.
I wish I could do this in a better voice, but in the words of Johnny Rotten of the Sex Pistols, turning to the crowd and going, "Have you ever felt like you've been cheated?" Mm-hmm. Yeah. Scott, how you doing? And nice to see you here too as well. What are your top 3 favorite Batman movies?
I've seen 3
Boy.
Batman movies.
Um, okay. I'm still my top, all right, would be the Batman Heath Ledger Joker. That is like my number 1 Batman movie, okay? But followed by that, I actually would say the Batman movie with Michael Keaton, the first one, okay?
Okay.
That would be in the I'm not going to put them in order, but this is what they get. And then the third one, um, as as campy as it is, which of course we all know this, the 1966 Batman movie, where you get Bruce Wayne. I cannot, for a man that's supposed to be really smart and the world's greatest detective as Batman, you cannot fucking tell me that he couldn't figure out that Miss Kitka was Catwoman at least by half of the movie. He still was clueless, unless he was pretending to be clueless, which then, touche, sir, touche. Um, hey,
Oh, wait,
Dusty.
bring it back. Bring it back.
Oh,
I didn't
okay,
mean for it to
sorry.
go up. Let me try that again.
All right.
Back to you. All right.
Dusty, come on if you want to. Ladies and gentlemen,
Sailor Keith Moon.
Sailor Keith Moon.
But I have
That's
2
right.
more. I have 2 more.
He's got 2
Wait for
more.
it. That one's
Sailor
my
Keith.
favorite one.
Oh, my Lord. That's so funny. That is
one
really funny. It almost has like a McDonald arch look. Oh, my
It
God.
kind of does. It kind of does. Okay, I'm done.
See, here's the thing, though, right? Could you imagine, just for shits and giggles, like there was this live Sailor Moon movie and he was still alive?
Oh,
And
I
they're
bet
like,
he would have
we,
loved to have done it. If he weren't in it, I guarantee he would have done drag as it just on his own recognizance.
yes, we would, but like the Hollywood agent would go, we would love for you to pop up in a cameo
Yeah,
as Sailor Keith Moon in an alternate universe, and you just
like,
happen to
please
show
do.
up. I bet you he would have done it. He would have been like, for a laugh, he's like, "Fuck yes, I love
Oh,
you.
no,
Where's the
heartbeat.
contract?" I miss that loon, son of a
God,
bitch.
he was so fun.
I hate this. I've always said that Pete I thought was the genius, but Jesus, Keith was the heart.
Yes,
He was the
100%.
heart, and I'm just like, but all 4 parts were important, and I still can't get over how. What was it that they It was Keith and Roger way back. Like I think after the first single or 2, they had that fist fight, and it
Yes,
was like
because Roger
67.
flushed his drugs down the toilet,
Yes,
and Roger was this close to being kicked out of the band over it.
that's right. That's right. And how about this for even goofier yet? Um, it almost became a 5-piece at one point around 67, 68. And then
Yeah.
they just were like, and you know who it was going to be? Andy Fairweather Lowe. He would be second guitar. And I'm going,
Really?
nah, I can't. I like Andy's work,
I've never
but
heard
I'm
that
like,
before.
yeah. That's actually, where I found that out was Pete Frame, the Family Trees. Yeah, he's like,
Okay.
you know how you got those side trees? He's in the side tree because he was
Okay.
considered, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, if not as a full band member, he would have been a touring second guitarist, but it fell through.
cool though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, after all, let's face it. Any big band is going to have your extra people on tour
Let
that
me
don't get
address Richard James's comment just so we can put this to bed once and fucking for all. That's
I'm
shit Martin McGrath said. All I managed about The Who wasn't about The Who. I managed Pete Townshend's website for 3 years. That is the only thing with Who and managed that I had anything to do with.
Thank you, Jen, for giving me nightmare fuel for tonight's sleep.
Oh, if you want the nightmare fuel, I had
Keith
some
Moon.
other AI stuff that I made.
Fuck
Let
yes,
us talk about the Siamese twin 4-armed baby. So,
listen, I love Lee Merriweather. I thought she was gorgeous. Okay. And I still do. I've been going from Batman to a couple years later, Barnaby Jones, which of course I watched that thing, I'm so old. I remember watching them brand new, but I think she's still alive. I think she is. I hope so. But you know what? for me, Julie Newmar always.
Yes. Agreed, 100% there.
She's still got the legs. She's
She
still got the legs.
does. She does, and it's not fair.
Yes.
Hey, Dusty.
And we already did all that already. Okay. So we'll in a little bit, we'll explain starting over, ... still holding on. And
Do
we've
I
got,
possibly know the first half?
I don't know, we've got music news,
Okay.
different little things to talk about. And also the return of Disasterpiece Theater. But this time I gave the DeBar book. We're done. We're in a new one now. Excuse me.
What are we on to now?
I look like shit, don't I, ladies and gentlemen? Just keep your
You
comments to
don't.
yourself. I know I do. So we are going to read a chapter on a Bob Eubanks. It's in the book, Bob.
Okay.
Why?
Because we can.
Because we can, and because it's Beatle related.
Oh,
1964. And oh yes, I'm like 2/3 of the book done already. And
holy shit.
and just to throw this out there, I mean, so he did his first concert. I mean, I did not know half of the things. If you guys have never read this book, go get this book.
Okay.
It says $3, but I think it was half off, so it's $1.50. So some of the best $1.50 I ever spent. I wish it was autographed. That'd be nice. Bob's still alive, if I remember correctly.
You could do it.
But he mentioned that he got into DJing in the 50s. Okay, late 50s, like around 59, 60. And one of the first concerts that because he was at a small town in California near the Pacific coast, probably burned to the ground too now.
Yeah.
But him and his buddy went up and said, "Hey, what do you think of this record?" He was another fellow DJ. He gives them 45 of the Champs. Now it's not Tequila; it's like the next hit afterwards. And he goes, "How popular do you think this is?" He goes, "Actually, it's for the last year and a half we've been playing it. It's pretty good. We still get calls for it." He goes, "How would you like to bring him here?" And you're like,
all right.
So he knew a friend of a friend who knew the Champs, got the Champs in. Okay. So they're advertising the shit out of this the best they can. They didn't even get 50 people to show up. Now, they were talking 1959, 1960 Champs. Now, the thing is, 2 members of that version would be famous in the 70s.
Oh.
Because this was their stomping ground. This was what they cut their teeth to. But 2 of the members of the Champs, and they are actually on a couple 45s. If you'd have to dig deep for these, Seals and Crofts.
Okay.
So the Diamond Girl guys were in the Champs after Tequila for about a couple 45s, but it didn't. It left a sour taste in regards to they didn't make any money. Bob didn't, and they like lost it, but he couldn't. In the back of his skull, he's like, "I love doing this," and that's where we get, which we'll read shortly, about the Beatles and what they got to do with that. You're funny. You're funny, Bill. I met Julie Newmar back when I was 13. This was oh my God, yes, to Julie Newmar. Oh my God, that movie.
I reference that
funny.
at least once a week. For one reason or another.
Rest in peace, Patrick Swayze. Rest in peace, Patrick Swayze. You still can get authentic 8x10s through Julie Newmar's official website.
Really?
I need to get one before she's gone.
No shit. I didn't realize that was a thing, so I might need one too.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here. You been doing good, Jen? We didn't really get to talk. Why don't you tell everybody if there's anything interesting in the last few days? Did you get what you want for Christmas? Things like that?
Well, yeah. I mean, I did like a whole Christmas haul video to show that off. I still need to do the birthday haul, but I think I still have stuff on the way until I'm sure everything has come. I'm waiting first, but yeah. I mean, turned 40 3 days ago. There's that. So. If you had told
40.
me at 18, I would make it to 40. I would have called you a liar.
Yeah, well, it's a milestone, and I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
Don't believe what people say, okay? 40s is nothing. It really is. Wait till you hit the 50, though, on the other hand. That's
Yeah.
going to be where things will be like, oh.
That's what my mom warned me. Because she was like, no, 40 is ideal. Like,
Oh my
don't
God.
even get upset at 40. And ironically, on my birthday, Cher was on Jimmy Kimmel that night, and there was one point where she said, my best year was 40. And I was like, this is exactly what I needed to hear today.
The punchline is, I believe that be the butt, Bob. I remember seeing that clip. The question, of course, was, what is the weirdest place you've made whoopee?
This clip.
He's 25, Richard says.
Seriously?
Dino says,
Aw,
happy
thank you,
birthday.
Dino.
But yeah, so I mean, so our lovely here hitting the 40. I don't barely even fucking remember that. That was 07 when I came down here. I was 39, and then so I came down here. My first fall in Arkansas was when I hit 40.
That's almost when I started YouTube. I started in 06.
Yeah, you just reminded me.
Yeah.
So next month, a couple weeks away, 14 years. You're Psycho Bladder. 14.
Oh, yours is a February anniversary
years.
too?
Yeah.
Which day?
10th.
14th for me. I did that on purpose because I was like, even if I'm single, I won't give a shit because I still have something to look forward to. That was very much by design.
Does Beetle Babe like younger guys with an accounting
I have
degree?
never gone for younger guys. I'm sorry.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
No, the older I get, there will come a tipping point where I have no choice. So
we can't count on that. Anyways, remember, kids, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So yes, we did get new subs. I just don't know who they are yet. We keep getting here and there, a little handful. So if you feel like it, the 27 people here, if you feel like it, put the thumbs up. That'd be greatly appreciated. And subscribe as well if you haven't already. And if you feel like it, it's not a requirement. I'm not buying an amplifier, or anything else. I don't need.
You don't have a pay pig funding one for you?
We do not have pay pig funding. I
couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
And so, if anybody, of course, would care to, if they're inclined to donate for this month, it would be the Jumpin' January Juniper.
It's
Jennifer.
January.
Yeah, it's January, and AKA me. Or maybe even Jen too. Forgot. I still gotta mail your stuff off. I have just been so sick. I've barely done anything more than
it's the basics. Okay. I understand it.
But no, I found like I said, I found something else for you.
Yeah.
And then I might have found even something else for you, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. So maybe we'll get to do that. Happy birthday, Jen. Yo, you still look like a puppy.
Aw, thank you.
But a cute puppy. A very cute puppy. Not like a Shar-Pei, for God's sakes, those things.
Puppies aren't cute. I have a Pomeranian. They're cute.
Puppies are cute. Where is that lazy cat?
Yeah, let's see Toby.
I don't know where Toby is. She's not in her regular spot. And
I know my puppy is downstairs guarding Daddy. He got too drunk yesterday. He's hungover today, so she's in guard Daddy mode.
You are absolutely correct, but it all stays in the show. That's where it goes. Paul doesn't do drugs. Paul just drinks lots of coffee.
Exactly.
See? Sometimes you guys, in the words of Dire Straits, give me heavy, heavy fuel. So.
My brain went Metallica mode with that. Like, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. I do like that song, I have to admit. I'm not that big on Metallica, but I like that song.
Before I get into the news, ladies and gentlemen, prayers, please, for Mello. I think he has got what everybody has got.
Oh, no, does he?
I know. I think so. I'm not going to speak for Mello, but he says that he hasn't felt like this in quite some time. And I'm like, uh-oh. Well, you perform out there in the Jersey Shore, probably some little Jersey Shore whore river rat. He got too close to him. and
Yeah. Oh.
or whatever. But also, ladies and gentlemen, Piglet, the GF Piglet, she did come through the surgery,
Wait,
but
what did I miss?
I thought I told you about. We'll talk about this off screen.
Okay. Okay.
Needless to say, though, prayers continue to Carol because the fact is, I talked to her before I came on here, minutes before I came on here, and she got a rash. There's extra things that are going on. The blood pressure's going up, which is very odd
Did they give her
for
something she was
her.
allergic to?
She's allergic to a lot of things.
That's like me. That's why I asked. So I
Yeah,
know
she's
with like
allergic
a
to
lot of IV drugs, like I found out the hard way of, oh shit, I guess I'm
She is
allergic to
on
that.
IV drugs. They finally took the catheter, thank God, out, so that part's good. But she's praying doesn't have to go back in. I'm like,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, for example, she's allergic to latex. She's
Me
allergic
too.
to iodine.
Oh, my mom has that one. Thank God, knock wood. I don't have that one. I don't have that one.
Yeah. Thank God though that they were able to discover somehow by process of elimination that she can take Tylenol.
That's
She
the
was led
only
to
over-the-counter one
believe,
I can. I can't take any
yeah,
of the others. That's all.
she usually takes coated aspirin.
Mm.
I
I wish
take, well, I
I
don't
could,
take
but I'm
coated
allergic to
aspirin by
all of
abstaining.
the NSAIDs, every last one of them. So I'm like, whoa. Which is why I
Um,
have the gummies, because that's about the only other thing I can do.
you're going to IKEA
Ooh,
today.
fun. What you getting?
Yeah, and hopefully all the instructions will be there. Jen, how you doing?
No other Jen.
Other Jen, I know there's a lot of Jen. Jen, big ups to the tribal chief of the VC. Yes, thank you. And we're getting there. We're getting there. I feel like I took a couple Roman Reigns and spears or Uso splashes, and but I'm back.
Oh, good.
Here's a rope a dope. But yes. So for my people. Ooh, so yeet. All right. The human smoke machine is down.
Oh,
Yeah, well, that's one. Yeah, he is kind of our human smoke machine. We love him. Happy birthday,
thank you.
John. All right, let's see. Music news. Da, 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 da,
I know we have a new
so,
Ringo album today.
we do. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll talk about that too. I guess first now. So, so always look up. I mean, not always look up. Why do I got? That's my old notes.
That's a Michael J.
Look
Fox
up.
title.
Yeah, look up came out, and I was just going to ask you or anybody else. Has anybody heard it?
I haven't heard it yet, but my copy is coming today at some point. I want to wait till I have the physical copy in my hands first, since I did pay money for it. Even though, yeah, I know I could listen on Spotify, but I'm like, it's literally in transit as we speak. I'll just wait.
Understood. And speaking of that, hey Amazon or Y&T Music, where is my damn vinyl copy of Badfinger Head First 50th Anniversary Edition, first appearance on vinyl? I have yet to get any notifications.
When did
I'm
you
trying to, like, just 4 days before the pre-order close window.
Okay. And when was the release date?
13th of December.
Definitely go rattle some cages and start contacting people, because they
I'm
should
gonna have to. I don't want to. I actually had a
with
channel.
pre-order stuff, if they don't ship it like right away, if it makes it to a week out at this point, I start bugging them, because I learned the hard way. Just sitting back and waiting, you might never get it that way.
Well, that's what happened to me on my signed Ozzy. I'm so pissed.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. But I only paid $15. Okay, but
still.
Jinx Yomiko. But yeah, I mean, this band thing, I paid 32.
Yeah.
And I am just like, and I know, and I'm not trying to speak out of turn, Mr. Schnee. You may be watching this now, you may not be. He was actually going to end up talking to the dude that runs Y&T Music, the label that may, but I may end up having to reach out and talk to. I mean, this really isn't Y&T Music's problem, considering I didn't order directly from Y&T. I ordered from Amazon because Deep Discount, which I normally order from, was only going to put me on a list.
Oh, fuck that.
And I'm like, no, I won't play that game. And then only after I pull the trigger days later do I find out that the people that ordered from the official Badfinger website got theirs first.
Huh.
And they may be out. They
Interesting.
may be out on vinyl. Now, somebody did tell me, and I may have to wait a little bit, and I don't want to wait, but finance dictates. Bob Jackson, okay, who was in Badfinger, he's on that album. He has an official site also, and that supposedly he may have several copies of the album, and the CD was released. And so, but this is like the first time ever. And I've ordered from Amazon, deep discount. I've done that for
I've had
15
many
years.
pre-order issues with Amazon before. A lot of them. That's why I'm like, no. Go bug them. Go bug them. Because I'm like, at this point, hell, sometimes I don't even wait a whole week. I'm like, if it makes it, that is like my absolute longest. Sometimes if it's been a few days past and they haven't shipped, I'm already up there. I was like, why haven't you shipped yet? Release date came and went. I pre-ordered months ago. Where the fuck's my stuff?
Right.
Like, I don't care. I go full Karen mode on them. I give no fucks because I've gotten so burned by them before to where it's like, I wanted to be patient, not bother anyone.
Right.
Months after the Revolver box that came out, and they didn't bother, and I had it pre-ordered months in advance. I'm like, what the hell? I canceled, reordered, and magically there next day. I'm like, excuse me. Used to be back in the day, if you pre-ordered from Amazon, you might even have it a day early. What happened to that?
Right. I used to get a bunch of stuff like that.
Me too.
Even with deep discount, like my 7A stuff would show up.
Same.
A day or two early, which, boy, 7A's been pretty quiet. I hope there's going to be some good stuff coming.
Got something in the works on the way.
I hope so. But I mean, at least thankfully enough, we don't even, okay, I don't know if you're a Kiss fan. I am, but at least I never ordered from the Kiss online website.
What happened with that?
There was a couple bits of fuckery. And I'm told there's even one piece of fuckery as of a week or two ago, still hasn't been resolved. Kiss has the money of everybody's money. I am going, what's the deal with this? This is your official website. You'd think Gene, of all people, because he loves this, would want to fix this so that he could get more of this.
You think Mr. McCartney would too with his official site? I had some fuckery with him.
Really? No shit, huh?
I ordered one of those wonderful Christmas time shirts from his website last year. It came. It was like somebody took a box cutter and slashed across it. It was unwearable unless I wore like a cami under it, and it was like, well, I guess I want to go for a punk look, I guess. But I paid a lot of money for that because I don't know why the shipping was so high. It was only like a $20-something shirt, but with all of tax and shipping, even though it shipped from the US, it came to over $50. So I'm like, I paid a lot of money for that shirt. I expected it to be fucking pristine.
Right.
It took them until March to remedy this and give me an unfucked up one. And I had to contact them so many times. It wasn't until I threatened to go to the Better Business Bureau that they suddenly magically had another one to send me.
That will do it. Believe it or not, I've
done it many times. If need be, if they fuck with me enough, it's like I will go to the Better Business Bureau. I've done it before. So
yeah. Oh my God! One time I remember I won something on a radio station. It was money, involved money, like pay your bills. They fucked this up so bad, and I went off and I said to them on the phone, if you do not get this resolved within 48 hours, I will be contacting the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. You do not. I said, and I told the truth. This was a piss-ass station in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And I said, FTC, that's what I threw at him.
Yep. Because
I get a call an hour later.
I bet you did.
And said, we are sorry. We screwed this up. We're going to give you blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, which was way under what they were supposed to give me. And I am just, and I am just going, fine. I said, I'll be there in the morning to pick it up. Actually, the morning host wants you to come in while he's there because he wants to give it to you.
Hmm.
And I'm going, I knew right away because I was
Something's
doing
wrong
radio.
here.
I was doing radio, yeah. And
Yep.
I'm just like, fine.
Let's see
I'll
what
show
happens.
I'll show up between 9 and 10 in the morning, tell Sharkman that. And then I hang up the phone. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay. So I get there next day. Can't believe I'm telling this story. Next day. So I walk into the lobby and I'm like, I'm Mr. Pease. Oh, yes. Give me a minute. Fine. And I went off and I'm just like, waiting for them to come through the door. And she's like, a minute later, she's like, you can go on in there expecting you. The light's off right now, but not for long. They're doing commercials. That's fair. I didn't tell them I was in radio. That probably would even though it
They
was
don't
college
even know that.
radio. Yeah, not only that, it could be disqualification. I wasn't going to do it. So I'm like, I go in there. And Sharkman and I can't even remember what the fuck little assistant that he had. I just was very nice and cordial. I shook their hands. I'm like, sat down, and they're like, we'll get to your portion in about maybe 10, 15 minutes. He goes, because we actually are going to have a phone call guest right now on the phone, actually. He goes, you like Elvis? Yeah, I like Elvis. He goes, and I cannot remember her damn name. She was in a movie or two of Elvis's. And so they were talking with her. And then they turned to me and they're like, so you got anything you want to add? And I'm like, I start going into DJ mode. And Sharkman he's looking at me going, oh, fuck. I picked it. The assistant is
They
lapping it
recognize.
all up. The assistant's lapping it all up, what I'm
Mhm.
doing. And so it's like, all right, you two. He goes, I got to go to commercial anyway. We'll be back, and then I'll tell you why Mr. Pease is here. Oh, good. Yeah, let's do that.
Please do.
So then I'm waiting. Okay. He goes, now we have an extra special guest here. His name is Paul Pease. Where are you from? Harvard, Illinois. I said, I live across the border. So he's trying to bait me or insult or whatever, and I'm throwing him right back.
Nice.
His assistant is laughing his ass off of what I'm saying. And the shark man turns to him and goes, why the hell are you laughing at his stuff? I go, because it's funnier than the stuff you're putting out right now.
Oh, shit.
And everybody, I saw there was people in the office and they're like just sitting there waiting. Because I mean, I'm being passive aggressive, but funny at the same time.
I wonder if this recording's out there somewhere.
Oh, if it is, I'd be surprised to no end. But the thing is that he goes off and gives me the money. And I went off and I said, well, beggars can't be choosers. I said, originally it was supposed to be this amount. And I spit that out at him. And I go, but I see what you guys did. And so some is better than none. So I will thank the radio station, but will say this, people. This was one of the worst contests that these guys ever put out. Please do your homework between now and the next one. And he's getting ready to give me the check, and he goes off and he says to me, and I don't know why, I think Jerry Maguire came out or some shit. And he goes, I need you to do one thing. And I'm like, I go, what's that, Sharky baby? He goes off and says, say, Sharkman, you complete me. And I am going.
Oh, my God.
And I went and I said, Sharkman. He goes and gives me that check. And I go, no way in hell. And I'm like, and I pocketed the check. The assistant's laughing his ass off. And I said, I can't remember what I said. I'm like, this is the voice of your next disc jockey here on 96.1 WLKG, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And I walked out. And I walked out, and then I just said, and on my way out, I went and saw the secretary. I said, hey, they gave me this. He also told me, he goes, he felt bad. Is there anything extra in the prize closet that's spare that never got picked up? He says I could have one thing out of there. She just takes his fucking word, digs around, gives me a CD. I said, thanks. And I think it was like CD and a coupon for something. And I'm just like, Nobody knew the fucking wiser. Months later, I win a phone contest. That jackass is still on, and he tries the same shit with me again because I won the Jerry Maguire movie along with like a $25 gift certificate for lunch somewhere to the wife. Goes off and says, "There's just one thing." And I go, He goes, "You better not be asking me, shark baby, you complete me." I go, "I would rather tell your assistant," I said, "that than you." I said, "But your assistant already tells you that already." And I go, "Based on the exploits I heard here in Harvard." And he's like, "What are you I'll be in later in the week to pick up the prize. Take care." And they're just like, "Holy shit, this guy, this old fuck is messing with our." He was, by the way, Sharky was only like in his early 20s.
Nice.
I was in my 30s. I am running around this guy, and he never had another radio job. I'm told he got released weeks later. I'm like, what an ass.
See, I never won any radio contests, so I've never had any kind of thing like that to report.
Oh, Jesus. That shit's fun. You don't pull on Superman's cape, and you don't mess around with Jen.
That's right.
So, but yeah, I mean, you're talking in the 70s and 80s and 90s. Now, there was a term that was coined in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it was actually called prize pig. It really was. I'm not making this up. The DJs called it prize pig because message, right? Okay. So, excuse me. So thing is that because of me and probably hundreds of others is when they came up with the 30-day rule for radio, that you could only win once every 30 days per station. And I'm going, okay. So this is how nerdy I was. I had a calendar, had a spare fucking calendar. And I'm like, yeah. And I went off and I'm like, won this day, this station. Because one time the DJ goes and tries to get me. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Didn't you win in the?" "No, sir." And I pulled out the calendar. I go, "The last time I won, and da-da-da-da. I said, "It has been past 30 days by a couple days." And they're like, "Fair enough. You do your research. That's great." So I used to win. I mean, I'm not kidding you. Probably handful of albums back in the days of vinyl. CD wise, probably between 25 and 50 CDs that I can think of. Concert tickets, probably to at least 10 concerts.
Was concert tickets.
Mm-hmm. And God knows how many free meals, free lunches, dinners, gift certificates. But, I always was cheerful about it. I really, really was. There was one guy, his name was Chuck Diamond. He was such a dick on Rockford radio. He was oldies radio. And I won the prize. And for the life of me, I can't remember what the fuck the prize was. What was the prize? Oh, the Monkees tickets in 96.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous. Holy shit.
Well, I hate to say this. You can't look the gift horse in the mouth. And I ended up.
Reference.
Yes, middle of the road seats. They weren't up close, but they were still stealing. They were great. Just enough to be able to hear Mickey use that Depends joke for about the 1,000th time on his little tours. But so the thing is that Chuck was being a dick. He knew I won because I was the cop. And I go, "Hey, Chucky baby." He hangs up on me, and I'm going, "Look, it's me, okay, Chuck. It's Paul Pease." I said, I was your 10th. I said, click. And I'm going, I am getting very incensed. And I'm going, I am 2 seconds away from calling the PD of Oldies 95.3 and going, this guy's being a dick. And so I'm like, I get on the phone and I quickly say this. "Look, Mr. Diamond, it's Mr. Pease. I don't know what you want me. I will shut up until you tell me, because you're recording this, what you want me to say for these tickets." I said, I'll be nice. I go, as long as you are. And he's not answering. The phone is going. And I said, but if you don't do it right, I may have to talk to somebody above. And I hear him say, just simply say, I just won the monkeys. Fine. I told him my address, the name, and everything, but I kept that PD because I ended up pulling him aside when I won those tickets and got him. And I went off and I'm like, this is won the contest on Oldies 95.3. Keep listening. And he goes, that's pretty dang good, actually. He goes, you been in radio? He goes, I'm working on it, actually. I said, I'm trying to get an internship. And he goes, huh. Okay. See you in a few days. I'm going, get there to get those tickets. And I said, can I speak to Alex, please, if he's got a minute or two? That's the PD because I talked to the secretary. Pretended like I needed to. And I said, no, I'll call back. I just got another phone call. So I went and I said, you got a minute or two, sir? I said, I really would like to talk to you about something, but I don't want to do it out here. Can we have your op? Sure. Close the door. I said, normally I don't do this. I said, I've been an avid listener of this station and the other ones in this group, along with most of Rockford Radio and Northern Illinois for about the last 15 years. I said, I have been very professional. Excuse me. And I basically, I said everything I just told you. And he's like, really, huh? He goes, in the file, this goes, really? He goes, file? And he goes, you're not the first one to tell me that Chuck did this. And I am going. He goes, but I will say this, you just might be the last.
Oh, what?
He is on my, he goes, you can't say nothing, but he's like on my last nerve. And he was there for a couple of years, Chuck was.
Yeah.
And I would say probably within a month, Chuck was gone. I should have went for his job, though, huh? That would have been more like, Oldies 95.3. Let's listen to some Gary Puckett, Monkeys, and Guess Who next.
Oh my God.
Anyways, talk amongst people. I gotta get some coffee. I'm gonna need some. Please.
Let's see what's going on in the chat. Joe Williamson is here. DJ Chris. Hey friends, how you feeling, Paul? He can answer that one. We got 70s channel T-Rex Bone. How are you? Good evening, Beetle. It's evening there? What part of the world are you in, 70s channel T-Rex Bowie? I'm assuming probably somewhere in Europe, because it's about noon where I'm at, so 8 p.m. in the UK, yeah? Something along those lines. And there's not much else going on in the chat, so I don't know what to say other than I'm sitting here with elf goldfish. So, oh, let's see. Hi, Beetle Babe. I've been waiting for Paul to leave. Summer Tracker, that's so bad. Why do you want to wait for Paul to leave? 70s channel T-Rex Bowie says England. Okay, I was right. Yay. I somehow got the memo that this was a Brit, so. Yay, Star Trekker's here. So yeah, I don't think I have seen you comment in the chat so far today. Comment when Paul is here. You know, Pat. How is it being Paul's right-hand woman? Oh, I enjoy it. I just feel bad that I wasn't here last night. I was supposed to be. And right as soon as I was setting up to come up here, my brother came over. And I figured usually he shows up, picks up his mail, and he goes. He's on his way. And this was the one time he stayed for like over an hour and just wanted to talk. And I'm thinking, fuck my life. But I mean, it was one of those things where, like, his daughter went and sold my mom a bunch of Precious Moments figurines earlier that day, so they had to come over to drop them off. So I figured, okay, that should be quick enough. Drop them off, set them up, good to go. No, they wanted to hang out for an hour. I'm like, normally I would be welcoming this and thrilled, but the one night I had something to do. Damn it to hell. Anyway, but yeah, family first, I know, and I agree, because it's not often that I get to see my niece. So I was just thrilled she was here and that she was like all chatty and everything. So my brother too, and it was the one person yesterday I was actually able to talk to about like the consumer electronics show and everything that actually was interested and not bored to death. Because I kept trying to have that conversation with people yesterday. No one wanted to hear it. No one wants to hear about my techie nerd shit that I'm interested in. So I was like, but there's so many cool things that got showed off here that I want to talk about. And he was into it. He hadn't even heard about most of the ones that I saw. And I was like, well, do your homework, boy. You're slipping. But anyway. I love that Star Trekker is still using the pasties emojis that I came up with as like an offhand comment. The 2 flowers. Because he asked me, if there were a pasties emoji, what would it be? And I said, I don't know, 2 flowers maybe? It has been a thing ever since. And this has been since what? July, August, something like that. It's been a hot minute. So anyway, there you go. Paul's back. So he can take it from here. Okay.
Yay.
Yay.
Slowly, slow and steady. How you doing? And yeah, I know everybody waits for that.
No.
England, how is it being owls? I know what you meant. Family first.
Because I was mentioning how last night I meant to be up here last night. My brother came over right as I was setting up. I was like, God damn it. And as I just got through telling them, like, my niece sold my mom a bunch of Precious Moments figurines yesterday, so I figured they were going to be in and out of here in like 5 minutes. And nah, that was like the day they decided to stay like an hour and a half. I was like,
oh my God, Precious
fuck my
Moment.
life.
Who likes the Precious Moment?
My mom. But it was like, my niece's great grandma died, so she had a huge collection of these, and she like listed on Instagram with prices each one. And my mom saw it, she was like, I'll take all of them. And she's like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, all of them. And she's like, okay, how do you want to get them? You want to come over? You want me to bring them up to you? Whatever. I was like, and I was being the go-between. I was like, it would probably be easiest just bring them up here. And she's like, I can do that. And right as I was sitting down and setting up, that was the moment they showed up. I was like,
wow.
Of course it is.
Well,
Of course it is.
your mom would like the I think it's near Branson. We have a Precious Moments museum. It is
Oh my gosh, she would lose her shit at that. Oh my god.
I'm told it's the biggest museum of Precious Moments in at least the United States.
There's more than one?
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, she like, even when I was a little kid, a lot of my earliest betting was all Precious Moments because she picked them out and everything. So, I mean, lots of figurines she would get everybody for birthdays. Precious Moments. So it's like, we didn't pick them out. She did, but oh yeah, that's like one of her things. So.
That's a good one. I would say, I mean, I remember hearing him in the 70s, but the first ZZ album that I bought, to my knowledge, is Eliminator. That was the one, of course, where they went synthy, and
that's like the one that I actually have on my own. That's not just like my parents that I've grown up hearing just because it's in the house, but that's like the one that I have own. It's mine, so.
That's right. It's mine. It's precious.
Exactly.
How. Stub my toe. How. Yeah.
That one kind of looks like he could fill in for the one that died at this point because of the beard.
Oh my God, yes. Yes, that'd be funny. That would almost be funny. It's like, here's a new baseball. What the hell do you
see him, like, fitting in with that, actually.
I saw them play once. Boy, what a show.
Oh, lucky. I never got to.
Bikes Blues Barbecue here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. A big place.
I know my parents saw him multiple times. I always was like, if you ever end up with a third ticket, I'd like to go.
Sleeping Bag is actually a really good song. And believe it or not, our stupid corporate radio station, I heard it and I'm like, holy shit, I haven't heard this since like, because I think they came out in like 85. Like the Recycler album. The Recycler, see, there you go. I also like Rough Boys, though. I'm a rough boy. Yeah.
Not to be confused with the Townsend song of the same title.
That's right, which there should be a Rough Boy mash up there. Okay, so let's see. Excuse me. Music news. So, you like David Lee Roth's solo stuff? Anybody out there? Anyone? Bueller? Sure. Well, there's a new box set for you people that love box sets. I said box. February 21st will be the DLR Warner Brothers Years box set. So you get 5 records. You get Crazy from the Heat from 85, the one
Mm-hmm.
that pretty much broke up Van Halen the first time. That's right. That EP. Oh, buddy.
See, I was born. Everything went to shit.
Eat 'em and Smile from '86, which I bought that. I didn't buy Crazy from the Heat. I didn't like that EP, but I did buy Eat 'em and Smile. I thought it was a pretty damn good record. You got a lot of killer musicians. I got that signed by Billy Sheehan. One of these days, I'll bring that out to show you guys. Skyscraper in '88,
Mm-hmm.
which another excellent record. Steve Vai, in there,
I'll
and
leave
Billy
that up.
Sheehan and the Bissonette brothers. Or Bissonette, I don't know. I keep hearing 2 different
I think
versions.
it's this and that.
A Little Late Enough from '91, which that would be the last top 40 hit album for him, if you
Mm-hmm.
will. And then in '94, Your Filthy Little Mouth, which he went to Nile Rodgers, helped in some of the production. In fact, that is a future Jukebox from Hell episode. Is Your Filthy Little Mouth, when I can find the damn thing. As far as I know, the first 4 were released on vinyl in the United States. Filthy Little Mouth, probably not US, maybe UK, I don't know. But February 21st, that box set comes out. Then later, after that, a 5 CD set. So if you like DLR, post Van Halen, then that would behoove you. Now, I tried to take a look, and it did not mention if there was any extras on these records or the CDs. It is unknown. January 24th is coming up, 2 weeks from today. This is a little different for you people. Are any of you people out there Brian Eno fans? Yeah, Brian Eno, as in Eno that worked.
No, but I know that there's at least one person who watches your channel that is, but I don't know that he's here today.
Well, he can always catch on the replay, but Eno, of course, OG member of Roxy Music. Yep, on the first 2 records, and then of course does his own thing. Works with Phil Manzara from Roxy at times. Worked with Bowie. God knows the list goes on and on and on. So on January 24th, there is going to be a live stream of 24 hours of Eno. Now, maybe you people are going to know what I'm talking about. I only found out about this. I did not know a year ago. So 2024, January 24th, the documentary Eno came out. Now, the difference between that documentary and what they're doing on this live stream. Firstly, tickets for some reason are limited. I'm not sure why, considering this is an online event.
Right.
Maybe they're afraid of their servers or some shit. I don't know.
That could be.
The cost is $24. So basically $1 an hour, right? Right. So if you've seen the documentary before, you Eno fans, you still may want to get into this because according to the people that are creating this live stream and putting it out, there's actually going to be it's going to be several replays of that documentary movie, but each one is different. There's a different order, scenes, and music for each different showing.
What the
How about that for Strange?
Huh.
So January 24th, go check out Brian Eno's website, and you can figure out more on that.
Interesting, though.
So let's see. Did you see anything festive for your B-Day?
Did I do anything festive for my B-Day? It was a lot more low-key than I was originally planning on, because originally I was going to go to San Francisco to that restaurant.
You said low-key.
Nah, but I was
going
to go to Foreign
Jackson. I miss him.
I was going to go to Foreign Cinema because of all things that they could have shown while you dine on my birthday, it was Austin Powers. So I was like, holy shit, I need to. But then we looked at the pricing, and then we looked at what they were serving, and I was like, I have a better idea. I have the Austin trilogy. I'll watch that at home downstairs on the big screen, and I'll have what I actually want to fucking eat, and we'll call it a day. And that is exactly what I did. I had my filet mignon and was a very happy girl and watched Austin Powers, and that is what I did.
God, I haven't had filet mignon in forever.
Neither have I, and that's why I wanted it so badly. So,
see, so you Eno fans, Go to be right back. Good. You need to get a camera, sir, so you can come on up, Doug.
Yeah.
Baby's on fire. I think I might have heard that, actually, Scott. Paul, thanks for subscribing. Well, you're welcome, Joe. I've been enjoying, and you know what? There, go sub to Joe's channel.
He actually
Joe,
does videos. Let me go.
Joe Williamson's channel, and I love the, of course, I love the avatar, the reel to reel.
And now I just subscribe to you.
See, bring it over. This is what we do. We share the love here, okay? In Psycho Splatters. But I got to tell you that I wasn't expecting to mention this story, but I found a reel to reel once. This was back in Illinois. So this is 20 plus years ago, and so I'm like, reel to reel. Should I get this? Oh, take it, mister. Just take the whole thing. Is there anything wrong with it? No, it actually works. It's just I'm sick and tired of looking at it. I'm like, all right. So, excuse me. And so there was a tape on it.
Mm-hmm. What was
and
on
I'm
it?
going, that's the funny part. So I'm like, I get home and I'm having my brandy and I'm sitting here. I'm like, let's play this thing. I should have kept that damn tape, Jen. It was a business, like corporate meeting for like all of the 1952. And they talked about Korea. They talked about communism and how we need to stop the Red Menace. And I'm going, I should have kept it. I don't know why I fucking got rid of that tape. That thing is gold.
Probably, yeah, I was going to say that'd be worth money now.
But yeah, I mean, so somebody was at that meeting with that big ass kid.
Yeah.
May not be any unreleased Beatle Star Club tapes or Cavern, but we gotta defeat the Red Menace. Gotta get rid of the commies.
Damn it! That just made me think of Rise's first Broadway show, Floor of the Red Menace.
Oh my God! Did you just say Flo the Red Menace?
Laura the Red Menace.
Sorry, because now I've just got Flo the Red Menace.
I know.
Of course that is. And we're not talking about different things. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have any. The only Eno material that I have got is I do have the first or second Roxy, which of course, you know what? Fuck it. It's not. I had to clean up yesterday.
Yeah.
On this, but I know that I'll have to immediately clean this up. But I want to. If you guys never heard this song, which you probably maybe have if you're old schoolers in of Roxy anyway, but this is I know it's top of the pop. I don't give a shit. I'll clean it up later. From August of 1972, you have Roxy and in their infancy, and there might be their first TV appearance, but I'm not sure about that. Could be wrong on that. Now, I never knew a chick named Virginia Plain, but maybe some of you do. Playing Kids with Brian Eno. 24 hours of Eno. Go check it out, brianeno.com.
So is he the one singing that, or is he one of just the players on it?
No, he was just one of the players on it.
Which one? Just so I know.
Oh, he was the one way at stage left. The one doing that with the glove going.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that was Brian. Okay, let's see. We already have look up. We'll talk about that another time. Burton Cummings. Yeah, you guess who, people.
What about him?
New album coming out, actually. A Few Good Moments. It is a brand new studio album. I don't know who's playing with him on this. I thought I heard maybe Randy might have contributed a track, but I don't know how true that is. There's also going to be a 60th anniversary hits tour.
Okay.
Unfortunately, not coming anywhere near me, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
He is fighting. He is taking the medicinal bong rip ever so often.
He's not 100% when he doesn't come in with anything. I was like, shit, he's not feeling good.
Now remember, smoke the elderberry weed, okay, first. That'll help you medicinally.
I mean, actually, yeah, there's science behind elderberry.
We talked about elderberry wine yesterday, too.
But do not drink the elderberry tea. It tastes like ass. Ask me how I know. So,
the password The password is where am I? Yeah, he crazy.
And happy birthday, Jen. I honestly
thank
didn't know
you.
it was your birthday until
Oh,
I
it was
heard
on the
that.
7th, so
Yeah.
a few days
That's
ago.
awesome. But you know what? I remember when I turned 40, just thinking 59 days from your 40th birthday,
Yeah.
when you hit 60, day 60, I said to myself, man, I lived one day longer than John Lennon.
Right. I already did the math on what day
And
that
I'll
will
tell
line
you
up.
what,
Your
and you
face,
know what I
had
said
that.
to myself?
Yeah.
I said to myself, I was like, wow, I can't even imagine being taken out of the game right now. How
Right.
you will feel in your life. And I had to make an acknowledgement of that. I really did. I was telling all my friends. There wasn't, Facebook and shit like back then. So I was like, I was like really acknowledging. It's like, this is like I made it one day longer. And it really meant something,
when
And I
I
said,
made it one day longer than Keith Moon at 32. I had that realization, and right now I'm hyper aware of the
right,
John Lennon one. And I think the next one I'll be
yeah,
very aware of isn't for another 7
I
years,
did.
but when I outlive Judy
No,
Garland, that one will be a big
for
one.
me, it was Elvis after that, 42. Yeah. And then from January 8th to August 16th, I made another acknowledgement. I lived one day longer than Elvis Presley. You think of your mortality like that,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, I'm fighting, Dino. I appreciate it, brother. Hey, King James. Thank you, chat. You guys are just awesome. That's why I wanted to come up
She
for a
looked
little bit.
older than that at the end. I mean, I was shocked when I found out she was only 47. I thought she was in her 70s going by those pictures.
Right.
See what the abuse would do to somebody.
Well, that and just being so underweight. She was only like 68 pounds when she died.
Damn.
I mean, those last photos of it, they're chilling. She looks like a literal walking skeleton. Like, she's in a mini skirt, so you can see her. There's nothing left to her.
Shit.
And I think that it wasn't a suicide so much as it just she was so underweight that it didn't take much to just push her system over the edge and just couldn't handle it. That's all it was.
And Jen, how far away from the wildfires or from the fires?
Nowhere near those. The most I'll have to contend with is maybe smoke in the air. But I mean, I'm hours and hours and hours.
Honestly, the only reason why I say that is because this thing is traveling so much. They're saying people just miles away are getting debris and like embers and like.
We've had stuff like that from fires in other states in the past, especially when the winds are high like this, which the worst part, like about 2 days before these fires broke out, I was even saying, holy shit, this is the kind of weather those crazy wildfires started.
Honestly, I mean, I know that
days later, I'm like, called it.
I know, we disagree with some of the celebrities, even like guys like Mark Hamill. I'm not a fan of like his politics stuff, but he just had his whole house and like some of his Star Wars memorabilia, all of his own personal artifacts are gone. Anna Faris, who I love, Anna Faris. She was just amazing in Mom, amazing in Scary Movie.
He lost hers.
Yeah, I mean, literally, Paris Hilton. Even like you feel bad, like she might have 10 homes, but so what? You don't know what she had in that Malibu home. You know what I mean? I feel bad for these people, even though, they have money to rebuild. I feel bad, even worse for the people that can't.
That's a good point. That was the house where her son took his first steps. So I mean, that makes a difference. So.
Her experience, all of us have a human experience we're living with, and where you lived and where you imprinted on this planet, that's where your memories lie and stuff. Some of these people. Look at James Wood. He's been in that house for 50 years. I mean, as long as we've been a part of this house here, it's been like 50 years. So it's like, I understand longevity in something, and you attach everything. And then I can't even imagine everything in this house burning down. And even Rob the Wax Day, somebody in the vinyl community lost their whole entire vinyl collection.
Well, no, he said that he was evacuated. He's going back today. So
not him himself. I'm not talking about him. One of his friends. He wouldn't say who the name was, but who a friend of the vinyl community lost like 4,000 albums or something. And I have like that about. I can't imagine just losing in a blink of an eye. It's like my heart breaks for them. Like I'm really
rock history that was lost in like all of Topanga Canyon is gone now.
Right. They said Ben Affleck lost Batman artifacts. Some of the Batman suit that he wore, the cowl or the original mask and stuff. Like it's just a shame. So it just shows there's no mercy, no matter what economic scale you're at or how famous you are or whatever it is. They get just as affected as we do. It's just that they're more visible and everybody knows them, so they're going to hear the stories. But just thinking of the history that's lost as well. She
wasn't in a London hotel, but she was in London. You're correct about that part. No, it was like where she was living at the time. But I know the address. That place has
Billy
been
Crystal lost
torn
his
down.
home.
Yeah.
I heard that.
So many, man. It's just
Not
unbelievable.
Would have saved it.
I think Jamie Lee Curtis, lost her home.
I saw a list yesterday of how many celebrities up till that point already had, and just since this morning, the list has grown. I'm like, oh, crap.
The crazy California government would have authorized.
I thought I even heard the Playboy Mansion. The Playboy Mansion might have gotten
that.
So
I mean, part of this, if PG&E had actually gone through with putting all the wires underground like they were freaking supposed to a few years ago, yet they've made like virtually no headway on. They had done that. A lot of the wildfires we've had since could have been avoided completely.
Or what about some of these studios that are out there in downtown Los Angeles? When I went out to Los Angeles, I went to the Paramount lot. That's right there. You can see the Hollywood sign right there. I mean, or what about where the Brady Bunch house is? Where they just rebuilt that whole Brady Bunch house. They did the TV show. That's in that area too.
I don't know if that's one of the things hit or not, though. I think it's just in that
I hope not. But just think of the tragedy. It's just like it's possible. And to think that some of this is, they found the one arsonist. But how much of this really was like just either homeless people, purposeful, or rogue governments now dogpiling on the rabbit? Like, it's a combination of everything.
For sure.
Opportunists, you know what I mean? When they're seeing like they could just start something and walk away, never being seen who it is. Like, you know what I mean? It's too simple of a thing.
Right.
And it's really crazy. It's a scary time. So that's why you even got to watch more, because you don't want copycat shit happening. That can happen anywhere, anytime.
And it was bad that just days before all this broke out, they had people on the news even saying how with these winds, sure would be terrible if an arsonist hit right here. It's like, what?
And even the act of the wind itself was the wind weather warfare.
Well, here's the thing.
They've never seen nothing like that before ever in the history. People that have been living there never seen it before.
If there's so much as a spark while those winds are going, that's all it takes.
No, what I'm saying is the natural rhythm of the wind was different this time. They said they've seen things like this for years and decades. This time was different because the wind was nonstop for 24 hours. Usually it breaks in cycles.
We were getting the wind.
And the fact that it was so constant, that's what made people think is this new technologies that, because then they can bring that anywhere. HARP, absolutely. If they can perfect that shit, this technique of doing this shit, they can do that anywhere and destroy more, because it looks like a bomb went off there. They didn't even have to set off a bomb.
Right. But yeah, it's just scary shit, because I knew damn well this was bad news for how high, even up in this area, how strong the winds were on like the day before and on my birthday. I was like, this is not a good combo when it's this dry.
Even kids start fires. I remember when we were in the 70s, we started fires in the woods not knowing what we were doing. Like, just little things, you playing with firecrackers and you laid it wrong. The next thing you know, it starts.
A piece of paper in the sun. Like, everyone's done shit like that.
Everybody's done shit, but like, and that could be this too, campers, somebody just smoking a cigarette and throwing it out their window. We have no idea. It could be a combination of so many things.
Could even be something like a broken piece of glass on the ground too close to some like dry grass or something. Sun hits it just right. Boom. Wind makes it take off.
Or a car through a windshield like that's going through anything. It's God's will.
The land right around our lake, right behind our house and everything, used to go up every effing summer for hella years like that. It was usually because they'd find a little bit of broken glass right in one of the areas of shit. That's probably what started it.
And how grateful we are that none of us are going through this right at the moment.
Right.
This just in. There here appears to be a survivor in the Santa off of Caught in the Game album. You guys can listen to that. But yes, the Budweiser.
And he did oh my God. Real American Heroes. He did the Real American Hero series. It's incredible.
You are correct. That is Jim Peterick. He was the one that created Survivor because his solo career did not do so good in the mid 70s.
Yeah, he had a good song though. He had shit. What's the name of the song?
Yeah.
My God. Okay, hold on a minute. I gotta read this. Good God, who wants to hear Survivor in 2025? I'd rather listen to Melody ejaculate into a Pringles can. Have the fever for the flavor of a Pringle.
Oh man, you don't want to hear that.
I know you don't, but I'm going to keep this one because this one's funny to me. I'm sorry.
That's hysterical.
Because I'm wondering now if anybody.
Me.
I wonder. Oh my God! But as long as he's not in a Pringle can, it makes me wonder now. Okay, because I know for a fact. Unfortunately, I should know this.
That's worse than slapping into a Slim Jim.
Yikes! When I had to go into my brother-in-law's room once,
right?
Because he lived with us for a little while.
Oh man!
There was a lot of crusty socks that were standing on their own. And I'm like,
oops.
We're here to that almost reminds me. Oh my God, you just doing that. Oh boy, here we go. This reminds me kind of something. Well, I remember that this was way back in 1968. Oh boy. That actually I pulled up the news clip. About when this bridge, there was a ceremony, a cutting ceremony for this brand new bridge, and that feedback.
That's what I want. Does sound like that.
Jump, boy, jump!
Lord knows where Mr. Schneider is.
No one knows what happened to him.
I want Mr. Schneider. He can live here all rent-free. It'd be funny if I could find a doll that looked just like him.
Right.
And there's your ending. Being taken away
Oh,
in a
okay,
box.
so you used the clip from the start of the movie with that song.
Yeah.
That's where you see Peter and Nez as the mermaids.
Yes, that was in the movie Head. It's one of the best underrated psychedelic masterpieces.
God, yeah. Does it make sense? No, but it doesn't have to.
That's right. And I love things that don't make sense.
Just meet it
I
where
put
it is.
a link in the chat.
Let's see here.
This is something that again, artists that not many people know. Not many people know this guy, but I'll tell you what.
Wait a minute. Show that again with the Miscellaneous.
Little offensive, that movie right there. The movie that out Tommy.
Nice.
I have never seen that. I need to.
They went so overboard. It literally has like purple satin lining inside the box and everything.
Awesome. Wow.
Now I don't mind sharing this. Okay, I don't, but I hope I don't get the magic numbers. Blocked me, those fuckers.
Are you kidding me?
That. They weren't the only one, but they were the big one. There was two.
If you're a Beach Boys fan, you guys would like this. This is like almost an homage to Beach Boys, but it's very appropriate for today. I'll tell you.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I do have to give props to people. Well, here's one here. We always love her when she can be here.
Hey, sweetie.
Live from Hillbilly Hell. So the thing is, and she's got a knife. I can hear it cutting board.
Yeah, she's
nobody pissed her off. So
no
the thing is, I will say
Danger makes it hot, doesn't it? So
I will say thank you, Sap, for revenue sharing Trash Man. So Sap is in my good graces along with Nashville Teens, Peter Tork's Estate, and God knows who else. So hang on, I'll show your little thing here. His name was Mr. Schneider. That's right, not D. Snyder, but Mr. Schneider. And Hi, Miss You. How are you?
Hey, what's up?
Love the commitments. There's something you don't hear about too much. I've been in bands like that where everybody thought it. See, that's the thing. Is the
Yeah.
dysfunction is part of the secret formula.
Right.
Try playing with two brothers.
Well,
Sure.
I know what the Bee Gees felt like. They broke up.
you could have
That's
had an
hot.
Osmond's BG Cow Sills tribute crew. You could cover all the bases.
Right.
Well,
Tino says hi, Shannon. Okay, what scurs me?
Scared
What's
but making me
Scared.
cute.
You don't know scared.
Oh.
Somebody called me an accountant last night. I'm
Yes.
still upset about that. I'm an accountant.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I'm telling you. All right, so Mello drops this little bit.
Yeah. If you like the Beach Boys,
From Kelly Stolt.
Kelly
Never
Stoltz.
thought of coming
Listen
back.
to this artist. This is.
Who says we can't try to like play updated new old music around here?
No, that song is actually 20 years old already.
Holy
Really?
shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, 2005 that came out.
Holy shit.
Nobody knows about it. That's what I mean. Like, I've never heard nobody ever talk about it. It's like these artists, I have a bunch of stuff like that. Like,
Right, like the birth of YouTube then.
right.
Oh God. Yes, that's right, Melody.
Hey,
Your fact.
Davey, my brother.
Gotta keep yourself hydrated, my friend. All that elderberry stuff, all that. Before I forget, and since what are you making for us today, there, Shenanigan? What are you cooking?
Pork roast with
Ooh,
potatoes, bell peppers, onions, mushrooms,
that sounds good.
and depends on who shows up. A little arsenic.
Okay. You know what,
Hey,
Matchstick
Matchstick
Man?
Man, what's up?
We got pictures of you from the 1960s.
Oh shoot!
Pictures of Matchstick Man and you. I love that song. Oh, it's a
We
great
have a
song.
lot of beautiful people on this panel. Beautiful people.
We
Shannon
have
reminds me of
awesome crowd,
Popeye
man.
Saw.
We bring together the coolest, I tell you.
That's not cool. What do you got to say
Yeah,
about
really, dude. Since I got fucking heart disease and shit, thanks, man.
Oh,
And now you know who you have
Control.
You shouldn't have pissed her off, Elvis Cup guy. You just
You don't even know.
Miss You says Shannon scares me, but I love it. Uh-oh, she's sharpening the knife. I hear it.
yeah,
That's
no
my
shit.
kind of dude.
That's all right.
That's my kind of gal.
I cleaned house on that comment. I cleaned house.
Good. If you hadn't, I was gonna.
Paul, what did you
My
think?
housekeeper and best friend is here right now, and it's
Your
not
housekeeper?
Mackenzie. Yeah, I have a housekeeper now.
Who's your housekeeper?
Her name is Chrissy.
Wait a minute. Have I met Chrissy before?
Nope.
I'm like, Chrissy's not the one that flashed us. Is it?
Right, that's what I'm worried about.
There's a new intern around every corner.
That's right.
It's a different personality for.
No, she's a real sweet gal. Y'all know I'm sick a lot, and now Mama's not doing real well. So
Just came into town from a small town girl, just getting off the bus.
No,
Drop
she's
off the key, Lee, and leave yourself free.
just helping out. That's she
Now,
needed
remember
some. I needed some. It's a partnership now.
Doug went off and got a nice find yesterday from Oklahoma. I wish I could pull a picture up. Paul, what did you think of my new acquisition? It may be the first one from 1949. I don't know. I've asked for info on it so far. No one has answered. I'm gonna do my best here and show. Oh dear God! Yes, not this again. I thought I got rid of you. Boy, he really knows that comment. Anyways,
That's
status quo mellow. That's right.
Well,
Yes,
what you don't know is I do a little bit of witchcraft, Elvis. And see, some people say they practice witchcraft. I don't practice it. I know what the hell I'm doing, sir. So you better just
Dino
roll that.
For doing that twice. That's fun.
Yeah, I know. I cleaned it up too. So my therapist just called and said I have issues. Well, you know what, Miss You? I have more issues than a comic book shop. It's a fact.
I have
Tell Shannon pay her housekeeper in
so.
shrooms.
Duh. That's fringe benefit for working with Shenanigan. That's just a fringe benefit.
That's right. And then after you eat the shrooms, For the rest of the night, you will be listening to Allman Brothers or Grateful Dead. Your choice.
This is not pumpkin pie.
Where is that Chrissy that I like so well in my goddamn beer is what I started to yell.
I realized about 3 words and exactly what it was.
Actually, it's funny. Ruth Ann has met Shannon and vice versa. I don't know if they have any private communicating, which is none of my business. Tim, how you doing? All the way out there from McChesney, Loves Park, Illinois area. Good man, good man. Known him for 25 years, just about.
Yeah, you get the best of the best coming to this this chat.
We do. My ex has more issues than Rolling Stone. Oh my!
Wow. How about National Geographic?
You know what? I'm not going to allow him. I can't believe I'm telling you people this. So, I used to read National Geographic, and in the late 1970s, I came across some issues from the 20s and 30s. They had the full maps and everything. They were beautiful.
I didn't know that it's been around that long.
Oh, shit. I years now. You know, and as colorful as those maps were, the issues that I kept going back to. And of course, nobody ever questioned this kid for buying 50 different National Geographics for a couple bucks. But of course, was the naked African chicks.
Of course, we all did that. Literally, like any
that
kid
might have been the first thing I ever saw.
A single kid who didn't do it for that reason.
I know.
I am not exempt. So
that's right, of nakeddom and the big plates and
my
this or that.
I conned my grandma into buying them for me. She was oblivious.
That was such a Dave the Pickup Artist joke. I'll kick myself out. Which was this joke, of course, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Tim, Dusty, everybody, can you play Dia? Okay, just give me a minute, though, all right? Because I was getting ready to explain today's title. That's right. Still, nice. Or starting over, ... still holding on. Let me get my notes in order here. Okay. Anybody want to take a guess what starting over could be?
John Lennon.
Nope.
Okay.
That's the first thing I thought. You know, how just funny, like starting over.
How funny that you mentioned that name, though. That has to kind of do with this. From September 1974, the last album from the Raspberries with Eric Carmen. Starting over. Here's the front.
Also, Starting Over is a movie with Burt Reynolds and Jill Clayburgh in 1979.
I forgot about that movie, actually, but you're right.
So, let's see here. I'm not entirely sure why this was stuck in a Dot record sleeve, but I'll show you what it was. So, a lot of Roy Clark. Okay, on this one here, you've got, and then you got Hank Thompson and Donna Fargo, kind of neat. But your 1974 Capitol will look like this, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this one here only went to, this might end up being a Jukebox from Hell episode in the future because it only charted to 143. Wow. This album only charted to 143. Now, the single, though, which we may play in 2 seconds here, Overnight Sensation hit record. It went to 18 on the Billboard charts. They cut a second single, Cruisin'. That didn't chart. No, not Mike Nesmith's Cruisin'. or Cruisin' for a Bruisin' or anything else like that.
Or Cruisin' for Burgers.
Yes. 2 songs with profanity are on this. Starting Over has the F word and Parties Over has the S word. So fucking shit are on Raspberry's album for a power pop band that the kids loved. Now, this is the part I didn't know about. Seriously. So listen to this good because I only just found out about this. John Lennon loved the song Overnight Sensation, hit record. And he was there for part of this album's recording. Rumors abound that he assisted with mixes on parts of this LP, including Overnight Sensation. So there may or may not be some slight John Lennon involvement in this album.
Wow.
Scott McCarl and Michael McBride, who, this was their first album and last. You still have, of course, Eric Carmen and Wally Bryson still there. But this is the last LP that was ever made from the band. They would break up, of course, in early 1975. So Eric Carmen could have his own solo career.
And then you have
Wow.
the additional Beatle reference with the Raspberries for Eric Carmen because he's toured with Ringo before.
See, look at you.
See,
That's
I've
right.
seen him with him, so I
So
think
She
he's
is
pretty
a
fly
walking, talking, beautiful Beatles encyclopedia.
she is.
Yeah, she is.
So let's, even though, like I said, I'll be doing a lot of cleanup today. But let's go with this. I'm going to have to clean this up. So, to get you guys an idea, I present to you with may or may not have John Lennon involvement. Overnight Sensation. Anyways, now you got a taste of that.
That was cute. That was nice.
That
That's
actually
great.
was nice.
Group.
That
Can't
was
go
nice.
wrong with that, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So, hang on.
It's like easy
And I sent you another link because I wanted to acknowledge about Wayne Osmond.
Sure.
And he had passed, and I was looking into some of the better stuff that the Osmonds did. They didn't really get acknowledged a lot for their real rock and roll. Hey, what's up, David?
Oh my God, I
Still
love this
waiting
comment.
on that song, David. I can't wait to hear what you do with that song, buddy.
Hi, Jen, Paul, Mello, Shannon, you lovely people. Let me see. Hang on. I got
So nice to hear from you.
I gotta do this in my fake British accent. Hi, Jen, Paul, Mello, and Shannon, you lovely people. I join
Wow,
you.
pretty good.
I join you, but I'm not too well, unfortunately, and I look dreadful.
Wow.
Just a winter cold, but it sucks more than a porn star's Hoover.
Holy moly, Paul, man. You almost sounded just like him.
Since I've had a porn star.
That is awesome.
Really, Paul, you just nailed David's voice, man. Holy moly.
I'm even caught a cold here. Yeah,
No. See, I think it sounds more like Yakko, the Animaniacs.
Yeah, but that was pretty good, man. That was pretty good.
Okay, so before I forget, because I almost got sucked into this, and I will play Mello, and then I'll try to get Dino in a second. Oh, wait a minute. What do you got there going?
I got me some meat.
Nah.
Oh, nice. I just went through the whole process of making chicken soup. I made chicken soup from scratch.
Kangadeer. So, still holding on, even to the Kangadeer. We went from raspberries
They don't come out very often.
to an album that I never actually saw on vinyl before. Marshall Tucker Band, still holding on.
I got some Marshall Tucker.
Now this one here, I don't know when in '88 it came out because I just don't have any information on that. But it is the first Marshall Tucker album not to chart. Now this is on Mercury. This is on Mercury. We'll show this in a minute. So here's the front. Here's the back. For original members, you still only have Doug Gray and Jerry Eubanks. No relation to Bob Eubanks, which we'll talk about that shortly too.
I love Bob.
Yes, everybody
What
loves
album
Bob.
is it?
This is called Still Holding On from 1988. And then backing vocals on some of the tracks, Nigel Olsson. That's right, that Nigel Olsson.
Oh, wow.
John, Billy Joel.
Yeah.
So the hype stickers on here, it says all new recordings featuring dancing shoes and keeping the love alive and dangerous road. All right. But this isn't a poly sleeve, and this is the Mercury label you'd be looking for from 1988.
Even their own website doesn't know what date it came out. They just gave the first of the year. Whenever you see that, they don't know that.
Yeah, and the thing is that obviously I love the 70s Tucker, the early 80s stuff's good. But when you start getting to there was a mass exodus of the rest of the band after 1984. So you only have Doug and Cherry, and then even Cherry leaves in 96. So if you people are catching Marshall Tucker live, which I still suggest if they're like a free show or very cheap, go see him because Doug's still got the voice. And I promised Doug that if he ever came into my area, I would buy a new bottle of Crown Royal and me and him would have a shot. I did promise that back in St. Charles, Illinois. That, ladies and gentlemen, is today's starting over. ... Still holding on. So, and I don't know what's going on in the shenanigan kitchen here, but
I will show y'all.
it's either a lot of
Let me
water
show
or a
y'all.
lot of sizzle.
Oh, it's a sizzle.
It's meat.
Sizzle.
She's browning it before putting it in the oven.
That's
Yeah,
right.
well, y'all know where I was last night at the headquarters, and some shenanigans happened, and some people were punished, even though the VC voted to give her a second chance. We did.
Who are we giving a second chance?
I probably shouldn't say her name now that she's missing.
Is
No,
it Twister girl?
Yeah, her name is unimportant, but she just did something that we try not to do things that might endanger ourselves and our anonymity. But she said somebody's name, Mr. Paradise's real name, after he just showed about $100,000 worth of goods. I've been forgetting. You just don't do that. So I took her in the back room and beat her severely about the head and the ass, and just normal stuff. But
Video will be on the Patreon. The Patreon.
She's being offered a good opportunity,
No,
and she is messing it up. She's messing it up.
So I was thinking of Wayne Osmond as some of the
yes,
more
that's right. Hang on.
incredible music that they did. They never really got recognized for their rock albums, which literally, Jay Osmond beat out John Bonham and Keith Moon as Drummer of the Year in 1972 from Drummer Magazine. It just shows you how good of a drummer. When you hear this song, I'm telling you, they should be up there with Yes, and should be up there with Emerson, Lake and Palmer, with how good they were. They really, really were fantastic musicians. Even Donnie was pretty damn badass.
Yeah. As far as for Tucker's concerned, sir, yeah, most of them are dead. The only ones that are alive from the old school is Doug and Cherry Eubanks and Paul Riddle, the drummer. That's it. Everyone else is dead from that band.
Yeah.
Right after you showed the Van Zandt album,
yes,
I started going through Mr. Paradise's stuff and found an album, not a CD.
Nice.
So that was just a plus to the end of the night.
Oh, thank you.
all right, let's see here. Dino,
I can't wait.
I'm not forgetting about
David,
you.
David, you can even send the rough draft. I'm just dying to even hear what you've done so far. So it's really got me like this. I'm gonna be so excited. That's for sure.
I swear to God, the smell coming out of this house is going to draw
Are
every
you familiar with this Osmond song, Paul?
Yes.
Which one?
Here you go.
Hey, man, just the fact we got to hear any of it.
It'll come back.
That's amazing.
It'll come back. It'll come back.
It'll come back. It's just
I'm gonna apologize to the chat.
We can't play, I guess, Osmond's on here. Although, it's really funny. I played Crazy Horses at the beginning, and nobody dinged me for that. So I think I know what it is. It's got to be the Beat Club bullshit, because that was live on the Beat Club in Germany. It's got to be the Beat Club stuff.
Sorry, chat fam, my bad.
Stuff they get really weird with.
Yeah. And not to...
You never know, man. YouTube sucks. Honestly, that's just bullshit, man.
Yeah,
it pisses me off more than anything.
Richard's live stream struck down because of freaking Gordon Ramsay. So
it's just ridiculous.
I wasn't even music, so I can be safe. No.
I don't know. So obviously Beat Club is not going to be anything. Thanks a bunch, YouTube, on that one. But we don't really want to confuse Beat Club with with another kind of club, though. And what I mean by that
What
is,
club?
of course, we're getting there, because in a way, the Island of VC Misfit Toys kind of sort of is
We're still
this
down
kind of
for
club.
Yeah, see my friend Chris. He's in that local band. They did win an award not too long ago, but that's the kind of stuff they did. B-52s, CCR, just
I love
band performance song. And we got to spat last night.
God bless you, Zab.
All you did was shake your tambourine and your butt. No talent. The worst thing I could have said. Oh, God. Don't fucking sneak up on me with a knife.
Well, you play the song, Mello. I'm going to set up Dino. You go and play something. If you're up to it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have a lot of energy. I'm trying to think what I could actually even sing right now. It's like my voice is like shot.
Oh, you can play along.
This ain't no party. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling around. There ain't no monk or CBGB. Ain't got no time for that now. I forgot the words. I'm sorry. Oh man.
He's hoarse not only because he's sick, but he coughed his heart out almost.
Yeah. Oh my God. Last night was brutal. Brutal, man. One of the hardest coughs I ever did, man. Like God. Oh my God. I mean, if I pulled up the words, I could do it. I mean.
I'm sorry, that sizzle ain't too loud.
You know what? I'll do this one.
I feel better.
Nice.
I was chopping to the beat of the music.
That was pretty good, man. Never heard that.
Thanks, Dino. That's Dino.
Who was that?
Dino TV. Damn it.
Where'd it go? I'll try it.
It was
That's pretty good.
Dvornik. Yeah, Dvornik. Dino Dvornik. Dvornik.
Oh, hey, you know what? Can I show something real quick?
Sure.
I'm gonna put this up on. Yeah, I'm gonna put this on my eBay right here. This is a Phil Spector box set.
Really good box set too.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal box set. I'm gonna put it up. It's the CD. It's not the album.
Sure. Oh no, yeah.
But I'll tell you what's cool about it. I mean, it comes with a. I mean, this book is really awesome. I mean, like it's that. I mean, there's like 100 pages. It's a great. But what's cool is like here's the CDs, but in the middle right there, they got the school ass button.
Back to
motto.
Yes.
And it comes with the bonus Christmas album that a lot of great songs on here. I just figure I want to put it up. You can check it out over at 16mm Kingdom. It'll be up tonight.
16mm Kingdom on eBay.
$20.
$20. Well, that's
I think it was only played once. It's just sitting there. Yeah.
I'd almost get that from you because I did have it at one point or another, but when I got my box set, I had to take it back because it turned out that the record company put two of the same disc.
Oh.
So it wasn't complete. Uh-oh.
Oh,
We lost Mello.
Yeah. Say literally.
oh, okay.
I'll see now. I need to see Born to Boogie. I have not seen that movie.
That's one of the only Ringo movies I haven't seen, actually.
Huh.
That's weird.
That was
There we
weird. That was weird. I literally,
Yeah,
my
you
internet and my
froze.
phone just went out at the same time.
Yeah, you froze when you were showing the book. Give
At
me
the
1
same
second.
time.
Let you guys talk. I know I'm going through the coffee like crazy, but after I get back from coffee, we will do Disasterpiece Theater. That's right.
Yay!
Bob Eubanks and the Beatles. Oh, you bet.
Right
All
on. I
right.
swear to God, this show keeps getting better and better.
Sure does. On the first part of the journey, I was looking at all the lights and where rocks and things that and it is that way. First time that on the fly with a buzz in the sky with no cloud. The heat was hot and the ground was dry, but the air was full of sound. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with a cane, to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name. But there ain't no one gonna give you name. La 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 After 2 days, the desert sun, skin began to turn red. After 3 days, the desert fun down, everything was red. I'm sorry it's over, I'm really lonely, said thing is all dead. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. It's now good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one to give you no name. La 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 After 9 days, I let the horse run free because the desert had turned to the sea. You know, the clouds and birds and rocks and things that were sand and hill and rain. The ocean is the desert, is life underground and the perfect skies above. Under the city, you find
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss You. I know how that feels.
love. You see, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. Felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can't remember your name. And there ain't no one gonna give you no name. La 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 Thank you. Appreciate that.
Heard the studio version of this today. It was our Middle Finger to
Nice.
Hater song. Here it is in front of 16,000 people in Liverpool. I dedicated it to Jen for making it through. Sent to Paul's manager. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to. I know I look so bad, don't I? But I'm going to grow my beard out. That's why I look like shit. But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Disasterpiece Theater. Yes, Disasterpiece Theater. We have moved away from the Pamela DeBar book because I gave it to my bestie Donna Joel Cat Lady.
That's right.
And so now we have moved on. We have moved on to another book called It's in the Book, Bob, from Bob Eubanks. Yes. And there's a lot of amazing introduction by Merle Haggard. You would not expect that pairing, but there is a reason.
Expect it, but that's really cool, though.
Yes. Well, believe it. So here's the thing. This is written in 2004, so this is 20 years ago. Bob's still alive, to my knowledge. He ain't dead yet. Look what I got. Look what I got to Shannon for bookmarks.
Oh.
So I've gone off now. Believe it or not, Paul, Psycho got smart. He's got a highlighter, but not this chapter here didn't really need highlighting. We're going to just try to speed through this as best as possible. So imagine yourself in January. Yes, I mean with who's that beautiful? What? Never mind. So immerse yourself into Southern California, January 18, 1964, and disc jockey, concert promoter. So, January 18th, 1964. Management fixed their sights on KFWB and we would beat them or else. I am proud to say I played a part in what happened next at KRLA, which he was there for a few years, Bob Eubanks was. So January 18, 1964 saw the first U.S. charting of I Want to Hold Your Hand, and I saw her standing there. The reaction was unprecedented, with Hold Your Hand shooting to number one immediately. It'd be the first of 21 number one hits for the quartet over the next 6 years they were together. The request lines at the radio stations across the country were suddenly flooded with calls for the Beatles. Elvis and the Beach Boys had disappeared from the face of the earth. Even old hands in radio, guys who'd been around in Elvis and Sinatra's heyday, had never seen anything remotely like it. Beatlemania was building, and being so close to popular music, every one of us at KRLA could feel a change coming in the industry. We all knew history was in the making. Around this time, Dick Moreland, our program director, I said, Dick, and my old buddy from KACY, that was his first station he ever was at, that small-ass California station I told you about. He brought Dave Hull into his office. He handed Dave a copy of the Beatles' latest 45. We think these guys are going to be a phenomenon. I want you to be the president of the Beatles fan club. In 1962, while in Columbus, Ohio, Dave had taken one look at the Beatles picture on special radio station release. Now, like I said, this is Bob talking, so this may not be 100% factual, because what I'm telling you here says in 62, while in Columbus, Dave had taken one look at the Beatles picture on special radio station release of Love Me Do. So if that really was the case, obviously it would be not before October 62, okay? And thought they looked scruffy. He gave them zero chance of success, and David goes, why me? Because you're the perfect guy. Just get into it. You'll be great. If I'm going to be the president, Dave says, I also want to be the vice president, speaker of the House, and sergeant at arms. No problem. And I do anything I want? Okay. I mean anything. Okay.
Anything?
Yeah. On the course, February 9, 1964, Ed Sullivan Show put them in the really big shoe, which, of course, over 70 million Americans saw that broadcast. The electricity in the Ed Sullivan Theater that night came through my TV, struck me like lightning. I watched the girls and studied those four kids performing. They were excellent musicians, calm, assured, and their dress and appearance were unique. A style that I could feel would be instantly trend-setting. As they finished the last song, I stood up and paced the house. My head was spinning with ideas as to how I might do something with this group. What that was, I wasn't sure. A few days later, I'd find out. Beatle organization put out the word they were going to plan a U.S. tour in August and September. Excited, I grabbed the phone and made a few calls. Found out they had not yet committed to play Los Angeles. Right when I decided I'd find a way to book them and bring them to the town. Although I was a small fish in the pond of talent buyers, I had a sense of destiny I could not explain. All I knew was I was going to bring the Beatles to Los Angeles. Meanwhile, the new president of the Beatle fan club in LA, Dave Hull, had embraced his new position with gusto. There is absolutely no truth to the rumor Ringo has cancer, was the first rumor he scotched on the air as the new president. Now, remember, Dave Hull was a DJ, so he had immediate access to LA through the radio. So Dave began creating a series of rumors and dismissing them as false. Then he put his talents to work finding other items of interest. As Dave was stirring up the fans, my phone calls, this is Bob now, to secure the Beatles revealed the first hurdles. Julie Stedham Smith, a friend and agent with General Artists Corporation, a national powerhouse booking agency, told me GAC was the agency handling the Beatle for the U.S. tour. Can I get him? He asked her. No decision's been made, but anyone making an offer has to send a wire and offer a guarantee. How much, he says, considering that he knew that huge acts like Sinatra could command as much as a $10,000 guarantee. I was hoping it wouldn't be that much because raising it would be difficult, given I made $12,000 a year. Now remember, this is early '64. She spits out the amount $25,000. He gulped, and that's against 60% of the gross over $50,000. I double gulped, not 7-Eleven double gulps. I also knew that even if I managed to come up with $25,000, I would still be standing in a long line of fellow talent buyers to win the deal. Lou Robin was the big talent buyer in town, regularly lining up the top acts. I didn't know that he had already passed on, citing that he would never pay that much for anyone. He would later end up with the San Diego date for the Beatles, and ironically was the only promoter on the Beatle tour to lose money. Julie confided that fellow GAC agent Danny Cleary was at the moment fighting to get the Beatles for his client Shelley Davis, owner of the Crescendo and Interlude nightclubs. Julie assured me she would fight to get me the date, Sunday, August 23rd, 1964. The only problem, she said, is that it might be hard convincing them since you've never put on a concert of this scale. The truth was, other than 140 odd people who attended the Champs concert in Oxnard, California, I had never put on an actual concert. But I had to keep her confidence up because I felt it would telegraph to whomever she was lobbying to get me the gig. That's true, Julie, but I've been hiring bands and booking club dates for years because he actually owned a club called the Cinnamon Cinder. There was about 4 clubs eventually in the SoCal area. The Beatles will only play the Hollywood Bowl, she called back. You'll have to get the bowl locked down before you get the Beatles. Perched on, of course, on Cahunga Pass Canyon connecting Hollywood to the San Fernando Valley, the Hollywood Bowl was and it still is the premier venue in LA. And by the way, I thought I heard recently about the Wildfires and such that it got very close to the Hollywood Bowl but did not touch it. So for the moment, Hollywood Bowl is still safe in California. Opened at 22, around 18,000 seats. Rather than be intimidated, I told Julie to keep fighting for me at GAC and I would deal with the bowl. The first phone call I made was to the county supervisor for LA County and a man who knew everyone in town. His son Jim happened to be the current mayor of LA. I met Kenny at a funeral, go figure, and after some brief chit-chat, told him my situation and could I possibly get some help from him. He said he'd see what he could do. As I fought to bring the band to town, Beatlemania continued to build in America. Sullivan helped fuel the fire by bringing the Beatles on his show an unprecedented 3 weeks in a row. Well, I went about my business on the air and running with the Cinder, that nightclub I told you about. My stomach churned as I thought about all the others who were doing exactly what I was doing, trying to get the Beatles. I even heard rumors that among my fellow jocks was yet another person vying to get him. KRLA's program director, Rebel Foster, had connections and was supposedly in the hunt for the Fab Four. As the man who picked the music for such an influential radio station, I figured the Beatles may not want to say no to him. As I nervously awaited Kenny Hahn's return call, I decided to settle the ugly possibility of Reb getting the Beatles away. I spoke to my partner, Mickey Brown, and we agreed to minimize our risk with Foster. I went to Reb, made an agreement with that if he booked, he'd split it with us, and if we booked them, he'd do the same. Part of the deal was including his relative, some guy named Bill Utley. What I did not know was that neither the Beatles nor GAC were remotely considering Reb for the promoter for that concert date. Clearly, it was one of the dumbest things I ever did in business, and the first in a series of mistakes I made in organizing a concert. A few days later, Kenny calls him back. Bob, if you have the Beatles, you've got the Hollywood Bowl. I was happy and grateful that Kenny had managed to convince the very conservative board to allow this rock and roll concert, but now I had a new dilemma. I didn't have the Beatles. I called Julie and told her to give GAC the full court press and nail down the group for me. A nervous few days passed and she called back. "You've got him," she says. Then came her next words, and I cringed slightly. "If you've got the bowl, you've got the Beatles." Only I didn't have either, that is. I quickly decided the only way to settle this was to get everyone to agree to everything. The best way to do that was to get them all on a conference call, which is what I did, they did, and 26-year-old Bob Eubanks had just landed the Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl. The negotiation was handled, and then an agent, and then Jerry Verinkio later became my agent, and much later a billionaire media mogul as chairman and CEO of Univision. Yeah, that Univision. I credit Jerry not only with being a good friend, but also becoming one of the few mentors in the world of show business. We concluded the deal in late February, which left me with what seemed to be a couple months worth of work to be finished in the next couple weeks. My first order of business, now that I'd opened my big mouth and locked down the concert of the year, if not the decade, was how to pay for it. I was making decent money for 64, but $25,000 cold cash was a staggering sum. I decided to appeal to a bank. Securities Pacific was one of the most prestigious banks in SoCal, so I expected something like this would be normal business for him. I went to my home branch at Topanga and Ventura Boulevard and found the manager. Sat down and talked. He goes, he plainly stated everything he wanted to do, and he goes, "You want a what, Mr. Eubanks?" And he goes, I suddenly realized this man is a total square. Though he seemed to have zero idea or interest in who the Beatles were, he did seem interested in what mental condition prompted me to visit him. As he stared at me, I repeated, "I need to borrow the money to put up a guarantee for a concert I'm promoting." I handed him an envelope. My accountant had prepared. "You'll find my financial statements are in good order. I'll be using my home as primary collateral for this deal." Without bothering to even look in the envelope, he pompously leaned back in his overstuffed leather chair and addressed me like he was trying to communicate with a rhesus monkey. "Mr. Eubanks, Security Pacific is a lending institution, not some fly-by-night street corner loan shark. What you're proposing is, quite frankly, extremely naive. Good day." He sat forward, picked up some paperwork dismissing me. I was in and out in less than 5 minutes.
You said it.
Feeling a bit desperate. I remembered a small storefront bank not too far away from my home in Woodland Hills. Something told me to try him, but Transworld Bank certainly wasn't Security Pacific. Decidingly less formal, I stepped into what amounted to a lobby and had to walk around a motorcycle that was dripping oil onto the linoleum tile. I suddenly had doubts about the whole project. Sort of a, oh my God, it's come to this revelation. I approached a teller. She saw me eyeing the leaking motorcycle. "Oh, that, we just repoed it. What can I do for you? I'd like to speak to your manager." She nodded, sent him to the manager. "Hi, my name's Bob Eubanks." "Liz Miller, you look familiar. Aren't you on TV? I think my son watches your show." And by the way, what he was on at that time was a Hollywood version of American Bandstand. Okay, he was playing the records and had the bands and all the other shit, but it was a very small station. Well, I'm just trying to color the picture a little.
Yeah.
I was hoping your son hadn't seen my disastrous dance party, that's what he's calling it, or worse, the egging at Pickwick. "You're the egg on the head guy, no loan for you," that's what he was thinking. "I need to borrow some money against my home." "Sure. What's the reason? Remodeling, purchasing a car, maybe?" "No, I need to pay a guarantee to a musical group. I'm a concert promoter." She was intrigued. How much you need?" And he goes, 25,000. She goes, "Must be some musical group, huh?" He goes, "They're called the Beatles. They're English." "Oh, sure. I know them. My son's their biggest fan." I was quickly becoming a big fan of her son. She took out an application. "Well, Mr. Eubanks, we need to get the information from you." Half hour later, Transworld gives him $25,000.
Dang.
Now that I secured the Beatles for LA, and given that I was the 6 to 9 p.m. jock at KRLA, we immediately became the official Beatles station. I cannot overemphasize the power that group had in the music industry at the time. Everything was Beatles. If you didn't worship a particular Beatle, you had one of three others to obsess over. The media picked up on the craze, and we got reams of free press. Dave Hull, now president of the Beatle fan club, began referring himself, oh my God, as the fifth Beatle. How many fucking different versions of the fifth Beatle do we have? So Dave Hull in LA, the fifth Beatle. Marie the K over in the East Coast, the fifth Beatle. Whatever. Anyways, one thing that baffled people from station management to the Beatle organization was how Dave managed to get the Beatles' home phone numbers and addresses. No one might have noticed that had he not given them out over the air. Oh, fuck. Soon the Fab Four were being driven nuts because of this. Dave recently revealed his secret to me, and it was more like something former Washington Post Woodward and Bernstein would have done during the Nixon days. In February of '64, Dave was working the 9 to midnight shift, and he got a phone call. An anonymous man told him that the Beatles would be at LAX the next morning at a specific gate and time. Dave tried to get more info, but the caller hung up. Dave went home and forgot about it. The next morning, he got up and remembered the call. He looked at the clock. The caller said the Beatles were allegedly arriving in an hour. Dave figured it was a hoax, but then knew he'd kick himself in the ass if it turned out to be true. He grabbed his tape recorder, jumped in the car, and at the airport, Dave went to the gate and waited. Just when he was getting ready to leave, chalk it up as a cruel joke, a plane arrived. He asked one of the airline employees if the Beatles were on the plane. There were certainly gentler times back then, and the woman happily looked at the manifest for him. Yes, two of them at least. Dave held up his recorder to bolster his credibility. I'm with KRLA, and I'm here to interview him. With that, she let him on the plane. Stepping into first class, he recognized John Lennon, Cynthia Lennon, George Harrison, and Pattie Boyd.
Nice.
After speaking to the pair, who were charming and happy to answer the questions, Dave was accosted by their angry manager, Brian Epstein. Despite being told to get off the plane, an undaunted Dave tarried to asking George a few more questions. Dave came away with a respect for Lennon and Harrison, but maybe even more importantly, the reluctant president of the SoCal Beatle fan club was now a big fan himself. From that first mysterious phone call tipping off about the Beatles at LAX, Dave began receiving such calls with all sorts of tantalizing information, particularly for the president of the Beatles fan club. Dave was receiving gold nuggets like the Beatles' home phone numbers, addresses, and other bits of guarded trivia. Not sure the phone numbers were accurate, Dave took a fly one day and called the number attributed to George. He figured he had developed a rapport with the Beatle lead guitarist during their interview, and if by some chance he got him on the phone, he'd have something to say. But he expected it to be a phony lead. Excuse me. Instead, an older woman's voice answered with a charming Liverpoolian lilt. Hello. Hi, this is Dave Hull, the hullabalooer with KRLA 1110 Radio in LA. Who am I speaking to? Louise Harrison. And you are, yes, George's mother. David hit pay dirt.
I thought.
Louise Harrison turned out to be a godsend for Dave, one of the sweetest, most giving ladies he ever met. She became Dave's inside man with the Beatles. He repeated to her the other numbers that he was given, and she carefully went over them and made slight corrections like prefixes and so on. But in other words, the information was about 95% correct. So when Dave had a question or wanted to confirm something, he just would give Louise a call and she'd help him out. And she always took his phone calls. Then it was Capitol Records' turn to be pissed off with Dave. He secretly obtained a copy of a not yet released Beatle record. He took it back to Pasadena and immediately began playing it on his show. That gave Capitol fits, and so from early '64 on, Dave somehow managed to obtain the latest Beatle records, sometimes weeks before they were even released. This not only made Capitol crazy, but also Brian Epstein and KFWB their competition. He was being accused by that station of all sorts of skullduggery. That is, until they offered him a job right after the 64 concert, which he turned down. The truth was, a man in Capitol's pressing plant was a big fan of Dave's show and would grab one of the first records off the presses, put it in his jacket, and smuggle it out of the plant. Now, for you Beatle collectors, if I remember correctly, didn't Capitol Records have a pressing plant in either LA or Sacramento at that time frame? Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring the content. I'll look up the comments when I'm done. I'm almost done. Appreciate your patience, guys. So, largely because of the hullabaloo's risk-taking, pretty soon KRLA caught up with them, then surpassed KFWB in the ratings. Dave early releases kept coming to him until mid to late 1966. But that was nothing compared to the biggest stunt he ever did, which nearly got him arrested. When the Beatles did their 64 concert, Dave and our newsman, Jim Steck, were at the airport seeing the Beatles off to their next destination, Denver. Station manager John Barrett had assigned Dave and Jim to get as many interviews as he could get. Sorry, guys.
The timing of that was perfect. I had just sprayed perfume, and no sooner had I sprayed it, you started coughing. I was like, oh, God, it's
That's
television.
funny. So the Beatles jet was sitting on the tarmac waiting to be bottomed up and given clearance to go. For a moment, there was no one around the plane. Dave and Jim looked up at the stairway. And Dave goes, come on, let's go. What, are you nuts? Isn't that a federal crime? I don't know, said Jim. They headed up the stairs, and Dave followed. The administrative staff recognized him, saw the recorder, and let him on, assuming they had official business. Jim and Dave found seats among the other members of the press, those officially on the flight, and made themselves comfortable. No one in their group was allowed forward into the first-class area where the Beatles and management were. Once they were airborne, Jim reached in his pocket. He goes, I got about 50 cents, you? Dave goes, $8. Once they landed in Denver, they deplaned, milled around the waiting room for the Beatles to come down the stairs at the other end. Ringo was the first to see him. He looked surprised and impressed, knowing they were not part of the traveling entourage. Damn, Dave, you got here awfully quickly. Roadie Neil Aspinall freaked out when he recognized him and summoned Derek Taylor, who blanched when he saw the pair of stowaways. He goes, this could be a royal mess. We must put you on the manifest straight away. The only guy who could phony up a manifest was Epstein himself. Derek took them to Epstein's hotel suite, where he was sprawled on the couch, exhausted, with a drink in hand. He saw them. He was furious. How in the bloody hell did you get on that plane? They told him, but it didn't calm them down. And Derek turned to Brian and said calmly, we got to put him on the flight manifest. Epstein stared balefully at them, both for a long moment, but picked up the pen. All right, how do you spell your names? After all that, Dave had the brass to ask for backstage passes to that night's concert, which Brian grudgingly approved. They went to the hotel lobby and called their boss. We're in Denver and we need money. When he told Barrett the whole episode, their boss wired $50 to the hotel's Western Union office, which brought them plane tickets home. And that's going to be about what we're going to talk about today, because I've probably bored some of you people. But so now you guys get the idea of what went down in 64 SoCal for the Beatle Hollywood Bowl. There's a lot more to the Hollywood Bowl story, but we'll do that another day on another episode of Disasterpiece Theater.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'm not the fifth Beatle, but I am Popeye. Cool, mine too. Everybody rock tonight. Everybody sing. Got an angel in my pocket. She's going to spread her wings.
Nice.
What's your favorite single, Scott? Children of the Revolution. Oh, yeah, we're talking about bowling. Think Zinc, especially with this cold and flu season. Think Zinc.
No doubt, man.
Backstage at the
Oh.
Mardi Gras, waiting for the second show, she struts like she just don't care, and everybody knows. Yes, or you could get the 65% alcohol in
no,
Elijah Craig.
This is a different bottle.
Oh,
This one is 130 proof, 18 years and 6 months old.
Wow.
Damn, you guys attacked that bottle.
This is the one from last night.
That's what I'm saying. You drank half of it already.
Shut your mouth, Mello. You're supposed to be telling that shit. No, we did show a bottle of 1991 Dom Perignon, still not tapped.
That's right. He put up his house as collateral, and he won. He won the gamble.
Right.
That is awesome. I've never heard any story like that before. I was getting goosebumps while you were telling it.
That's why I figured a nice inside backstage look on what it takes to try to get a concert, and a lot of it is luck.
Yeah.
A lot of it's luck and perseverance.
And this gal back here who was doing clothes, she said, "I was born in Oxnard."
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. She was born in Oxnard. Ventura. Okay, Ventura.
Hello.
Hooray for Oxnard! Hooray!
Hey, Paul. I put the link to my eBay in the private chat. If you could post that in the chat. And I want to show this too because I'm putting this up as well.
Okay, hang on.
Both of them, Soul 1 and Soul 2.
Ooh.
These are in mint shape. I'll be selling these $20 for the set for the two of them. And it's like it's an original from Motown, and they're mint shape.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Mello's eBay site.
Thank you.
If you're interested in any of these things,
among others. Plus, I'm putting up a bunch of film too. I have a bunch of 8mm films I got over here. I'll show some of them.
One of them is the infamous AccuJack in 3D.
Yeah, right.
AccuJack 3.
AccuJack, here we go.
AccuJack 3 in 3D.
Walt Disney World special.
It's a small
then we got Three Stooges, Cash and Carry.
Yes, along with Oxtail.
His Oxnard, some kind of meat.
The coronation of Pope John the 23rd.
I was there.
And then we got this right here.
The good old Castle Films.
Yep. So be on the lookout at that web link. I appreciate it.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we're going to wind this down. I think anybody else got any final thoughts? Because I think I covered everything for once.
Go to my channel. I got 2 channels, Apple Pits and Clown Pits. I'll be hopefully posting some stuff soon. I just crossed over 900 subscribers, so I'm really, really excited about that. I'm going towards 1,000, baby.
That's that 1K mark where you're going to be able to monetize.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Oh my God, I'll take requests.
I am a certified SEO.
Really?
Search engine optimizer.
So, yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Will you scratch my back?
Yes.
You're going to come scratch my back.
Back Did I ever?
Oh, God bless you, David.
Okay, so remember, I came up with when Jess and I were like, we'd come up with these dumbass cartoon shows, and one of the ones that we came up with, other than Fecal Babies, which I'm like, I'm sorry, Fecal Babies. Okay, so
I beg your pardon?
You heard me, Fecal Babies. So the thing is so I make fun of the whole Muppet Babies theme song.
Yeah.
And I just remember we used to laugh about this.
As well, you should.
It's like fecal babies. They're made of poo. There's snake. There's White. Now Betty White, if she was alive, I would have tried to go. Okay, look, you need to be the elderly poo.
Jen's
think
got
she
her
would
own
have done it.
anyway.
She would have done
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Snake would have been Danny Trio. I've just
yeah.
got this. I've got this new
Yes,
bit.
right.
But then it was like I would jokingly go off and go, right after Fox's Shazam and Name That State, we're going to have the premiere of Fecal Babies, a new Saturday morning Fox cartoon, along with, and then there'd be another one from the creator of Fecal Babies comes Head Pets. Head Pets, da 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 da. Head Pets. And Head Pets, of course, if you can't figure this out, is talking little head lice.
Oh,
Ew.
oh. No, I figured that out.
And they have to
Okay.
keep moving. They
know,
have to
this
keep moving
show-
to different towns, or at least what they think is towns, but it's really some person's very long hair.
What's up, Julian? How you doing, Julian?
That's not right. That's,
So Rocco's
Man,
not allowed
oh.
to like this.
I'm out.
Thank
I
you,
just
King James.
don't think I can take
I didn't
any more
hear
of
you,
this.
Jen. See, now she's itching. Back lice. Da, 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 da.
No,
Did you just get me back like?
being with
Hell
Rocco's
yeah.
Modern Life
You're
episode
fine.
that you sent.
Phenomena.
She just did. Oh my God. Did you know that was in a porn movie? Did you know that was in a porn movie before Sesame Street? Now who's this one? It keeps rotating different people here. Who is that?
I told you that's Chrissy. She was born in Oxnard.
Oh, that's right, Chrissy from Oxnard.
Yeah.
Chrissy
Yes.
from Oxnard. I have an important question for you.
Yeah.
What is your favorite musical group?
Don't fuck this up.
Oh God, group. Oh,
Or
no.
singer, doesn't matter, I guess, but I just was
Elvis
trying to
Presley. Elvis. Elvis is my favorite singer in the world. Old school.
like you. Thank you very much. All right.
I
See,
know
I
how
like
to
that.
pick 'em.
Good answer. I like that
Yeah.
answer.
No, she's
Well-
she's had a little bit of a hard time, and I've had a little bit of a hard time, and I couldn't go along without her, and she couldn't go along without me. So
2 days
we just-
ago, if he lived, he'd been 90.
I saw that. That is crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wild to think about what he'd be like at 90. What is? Put that back up.
Jen's looking hot tonight. Jenny's on the move, standing by the stage where everybody grooves. Band is smoking hot. Drinks are on the house. The crowd cries out for more. It's time to jump and shout.
Okay.
I like
Were you spying, Chris? Were you spying on our party last night?
Maybe.
That.
good old.
And thank you, King James.
I want y'all to know, he was a slave owner. Started in 1789. Most of the distillery, everything he bottled, was by slaves.
Oh, that's
So I feel
Oh.
I should patronage it. So hope, because they have sixth generation people still working at this distillery. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm donating to those people.
I don't blame
You
you.
know. But it's
Hey,
really freaking good.
Hey,
It's
Paul,
smoky, smooth.
can you show James Farley's comment?
Sure, hang on. Congratulations to Mellow and Beetle Babe in getting in Sarah's promo for the 4,000 viewers.
Wow, that's
Congratulations,
awesome.
Rachel
I didn't know.
Tomato
I didn't
on
even
the
know about
4K.
that.
Last night.
She is officially
That's so
4K.
cool, man. I love Sarah. God bless you, Sarah. Thank you.
Her 1 year anniversary, the same day that she hit 4K.
God
That's
bless
great.
her, man. She deserves
Very
all
much.
the success in the world. I love that girl, man. I really love her, man.
She does. She deserves every
She
bit.
deserves it, man. Oh.
So 2025, we need to try to bring people together. All of the hurt and the pain needs to go away. And I think for the VC, the slogan for the VC this year, out of all honesty, which would mean a lot, is to just simply patch it up.
Come sit down.
She
Sit
finally
down.
made an appearance. Hi, Toby.
I like that.
Aw.
Oh, kitty.
Anyways,
Where is he?
who?
Wee man.
He's in the other room.
Hi.
Weeple. He's jealous. He won't let him on.
He's busy in the other room, you goof. And Toby's. Go on, make biscuits. Make biscuits. I said make biscuits.
Oh, you're great, Kitty. She
Fine, be that
has
way.
2. What are they called?
Link point. Link point.
Lynx Points cats. She's
Ooh,
had them
those are
forever.
gorgeous.
Yeah, they're big.
She has 2
I'll
of
show you a
them.
picture.
I had one of those ones.
And she's working on rebuilding and stuff, but they just need a place to stay for a little bit.
Ethan, do you have Jen's asking, do you have the Untitled Goose Game?
What's that?
He says, what's that?
The literal
Oh,
synopsis
dude, you don't
of
want
it
to know.
on Nintendo is you
It's on
play as an
Nintendo.
evil goose. It's also on Steam.
Aw.
and you can get
Untitled
stuff
Goose Game.
and it's literally just described as you play as an evil goose, and that's the
You
whole
play as an
description.
evil goose.
No.
All goose are evil.
Exactly.
Oh.
All you do is wreak havoc and wreck everyone's days as a goose in this game. It's kind of amazing.
Now he's honking like a goose.
I don't want it.
Yes, that was
I
the
mean,
Kill Beans
it's
cameo.
right now if you get it through Steam.
You know, so help me God, Toby, you're getting too big for your britches, your kitty cat britches. You can't even show up for a minute. It's Joe. I'm the one.
Wait, does he need
I'm the
kitty
one that
cat
made
britches?
you.
I got kitty cat britches to donate.
Oh God.
A hunk of pills and booze.
Thank you, Chris Hill.
Yep.
I resemble that remark.
Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys spending. We're almost at 3 hours. We almost went 3
No
hours
doubt.
today.
It's
Not bad
wild.
for an impromptu
But we
one.
had great.
Yeah, for an impromptu,
Oh, fuck
who
you,
knew this
Jason.
was gonna happen?
Goose
Fuck you,
bad.
Jason Boas.
Seagull
And I
good.
lasted. I didn't even know I was gonna last that long.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
Y'all don't make me spit expensive whiskey up my nose.
Oh, that had to burn it.
Snorting whiskey and
man.
drinking cocaine
Oh,
with Pat Travers. Anyway.
oh no, another one of my mom's coming.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
You got a good thing going here, and if you send those rat beetles over there, you're gonna mess it all up.
All right, Howard. Anyways, don't sit. First
Okay,
of all,
wait, I have to
YouTube.
ask one question to Beetle Babe, please.
All right, go ahead.
We have discussed the album, the cover of the album with Paul before. Can't find the album. I don't know why she be holding out on me now.
Oh, not that
Is it
damn
that?
introducing the Beatles. I'll never find.
Is it that album we're talking about?
Yes, the first version.
Fuck. Mom?
No,
Look. I don't ask for much, but that album needs to be found.
pretty penny.
I don't
That's
give a shit
fine.
about that. I ain't gonna sell it. I just want it in the collection.
Yeah, right.
I didn't
Yeah.
ask you. I asked Beetle Babe. She's the walking, talking Beetle encyclopedia.
She is. She's
Is
one of them.
that
Yes.
right? Is that
She's
the
got the
album?
knowledge, that's for sure. She knows more than I do.
I doubt that.
I think so because I only know what I know. I studied more of the music side more than the history and their lives. Like you've read books and things. I don't read the books on them
I've
and
been doing
stuff.
that since I was a little kid. So.
By the way,
Right,
to
that's
make
what I
everyone
mean.
feel old in this room and over there, that album was released 61 years ago this week.
Go, Mama.
Hi.
Look there, Mama.
Hi.
Hi, y'all.
Hey, Charlotte. Where's that Beatles album, Charlotte?
That's Paul.
Hi, Paul.
And Beetle Babe
Hi,
and
Charlotte.
Mellow.
Oh, hi, guys.
Hey, hi.
Ask them if they'll come for you.
Am I seeing a kitty or a puppy back there?
It's a doggy. It's Mr. Holt. Come here. Wanna say
Oh,
hi?
Mr. Holt.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, baby.
What
Oh,
happened?
no, you're okay, you're
Oh, no.
What?
Well, he sees Paul's face and he comes up.
And
He sees Paul's face. He told me one time Paul smells like lemon cream pie.
did we?
I like me a good cream pie. I just haven't had one in a long
like, wait, what interview was this? I gotta mention it.
Well, he
Did
told
we
me.
acknowledge?
Oh,
Did we acknowledge that today was the day David Bowie died?
I'm not sure if we mentioned it, but we should.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
today was the
His birthday
the anniversary
and he
of
died on the
David
10th.
Bowie's death today. I'm looking at this day in music.
Oh, thank you,
Like
Mark.
looking at what's today. What is there
Jeez.
anything happened today?
Okay.
There's a few things that happened. Maurice Gibb went to the hospital for a heart attack today in 2003. Cyndi Lauper became the first female recording artist since Bobby Gentry in 1967, nominated for 5 Grammy Awards.
Damn.
Strong.
John Lennon in 1981 started a 4-week run at #1 under the UK charts, 10 years after it was recorded for Happy Christmas War's Over and Just Like Starting Over.
Yeah, I want to know what the thing is between your boobs too.
Like I said, it's just a straw.
I was dancing
It
the
doesn't
jig
have
with
a
one
bendy
arm
thing in
Betty,
it, so I can't keep it off
and when
screen.
she
So.
pulled the patch off her
Perverts.
And happy birthday to Sean Colvin. Sonny came home.
Ah,
Happy birthday to Pat Benatar. Today's their birthday. Donald Fagen, Steely Dan, his birthday today.
Mr. Nightfly, yes.
Yeah. Ansley Dunbar, 1946. Ansley Dunbar.
Now they
Rod
need to do an album
Stewart,
together.
1945. Rod Stewart's birthday today.
Oh my God,
Jim-
he's so freaking old.
Jim Croce's birthday, 1943.
We love him still.
Yeah, he would have
And
been
Ronnie
82.
Hawkins. And Ronnie Hawkins.
Another one. I almost had a chance to meet him down here, damn it.
Yep. And Scott English, the co-writer of Brandy, 1937.
Which, by the way, Looking Glass, half of Looking Glass would, when they break up, would turn into stars. That's right. So you've got
Oh, God.
you go from Brandy to Pull the Plug in a couple of years.
It's also Michael Schenker's birthday. Michael Schenker.
Go listen to some Scorps, UFO, or MSG. And
Yeah,
turn
Michael
it
Schenker's birthday.
MSG used to make my daughter turn into a bitch. I thought.
And Elvis Presley
Turns out-
recorded Heartbreak Hotel today.
She was always a bitch.
All right. Since I didn't know it was Michael Schenker's birthday.
Where a Benadryl turns me into a bitch, so, and I don't know why. I have no idea why.
You have
But
quite
it's
a few
like,
choices.
I
Pat
avoid
Benatar,
all-
Rod Stewart, and Donald Fagen. I mean,
Have you taken Benadryl today?
all of them are born today.
No, I almost never touch that shit because it's like, if I take that, I can basically guarantee somebody is going to decide I am not worth being friends with because I'm going to go off so badly at some point in time. So I
I'll
almost
bail you
never,
out.
ever touch it. So
Just let me know where I gotta bail you out of, Beetle Baby, if you take
And David
Benadryl.
Bowie. David Bowie anniversary of his death, which was the birth of Jack Stevens. His alter ego. David Bowie faked his death and became Jack Stevens. So you look up Jack Stevens and you're going to see David Bowie.
Happy
So
birthday,
it's Jack
Michael
Stevens'
Schenker.
birthday, too. There you go.
And
Beetle Baby
thank
first.
God it never ended up being. And this is pretty good. That's right. UFO, Walk on Water, mid-90s. Go have some fun with that. It's better than the Sharks album. Stay away from the Sharks LP, even though Schenker's
I want to go listen to like Force It or Lights Out, Strangers of the Night.
Like myself. And you know, it's funny that you bring up Survivor because most people don't know that the last album that came out in 2006 from Survivor themselves, who was their singer? Robin McCauley. That's right. He only ended up doing one album in 3 years with the band. That was the tour I almost saw. They came to a small concert in DeKalb, Illinois. They used to do Cornfest every year, and Survivor was going to be there with that new lineup with McCauley, and I'm like, that's a little odd, but he ended up doing 1 or 2 MSG songs in the set too. I'm told.
Wow.
Fire, you're going to be busy for the next couple weeks, so
Yeah, right.
And yeah, busy day. Keep on keeping on. Now, never heard UFO. Well, now you have, and so not that I know, not that Survivor. I just was being but ladies and gentlemen, yes,
Let me stand next to your fire.
Yes.
Beetle Baby.
oh, cute. That is adorable.
Louis Vuitton.
Wow,
Yeah, it was a bonus.
very nice bonus.
Real deal.
And if you order before midnight tonight, you also will get that as an added bonus.
Bonus. Yeah. I also got a Coach
Yeah.
classic, on the floor with feet on it.
Mhm.
And I got to wear a mink coat on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
Fancy.
I know. I didn't even know I was a fashion whore.
Oh, no shit. You went and saw that gig at Cornfest? That's pretty damn cool. I didn't know that.
Wow.
I got to meet Peterick. Tim was with me too. We saw Ides of March. It was the
So
original.
that's the band I was thinking of. You know, he's the singer of Vehicle, Jim Peterick.
And I got one of my favorite signed album collectibles is I have all 7 original members of the Ides of March that signed Vehicle.
Wow.
And
I love
unfortunately,
playing that song.
they didn't put a merch table out. There was no lights after the show, so it was like I have a very grainy picture of me and Jim Peterick, and but he signed everything I had. I had 1 Ides album and about 4 or 5 Survivor albums, and he just was signing away, and he was nice as could be. And if you ever get to see the Ides of March, because they're still together, because Peterick will not go back to Survivor. There is an issue between him and Frankie Sullivan. I don't even want to know. It is a shame. It's a damn shame. But
I have reminded Mello, I guess he didn't hear it.
What's that?
But I offered, I don't know, a prize for somebody.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You did mention me. I
want my group to have their own entry song.
I have it already.
We're not just card dealers. We are entertainers. We show up.
Right.
We've got flair.
Yeah, I got you.
What do you have, Rick?
I want dancing girls to go out before us and introduce us.
I'll talk to you after the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one-tit dealer. I don't know, just coming up with something different. A one-tit dealer. Or here's a special one. She plays craps and she's got 3 legs.
This one?
She's a seeing eye dog, you pervs. He rolls them out kind of like I do with records.
This one deals. She does the fans. She does the flair. She could throw you 21 in 2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Wow.
But would she be able to win the World Series of Dice?
No,
That's a Chappelle thing, if you know what I'm talking about.
She's a blackjack dealer. From Vegas.
Ashy Larry will almost won it by that much.
Guess what? We're not having tryouts anymore. We're not having training sessions no more. We're having auditions.
There you go.
You better show up. I ain't spending $85 on brisket again. Okay?
Wow.
Show up. Show me what you got.
You got to be careful for the brisket.
$25 a. Well, but then we might get arrested later. And it's officers because I got the meat sweats. We just ate 4 pounds of brisket.
I want some roast beef now.
See, now I'm hearing that guy from Arby's. We have the meat sweats.
I want some roast beef. I'm going to Roy Rogers.
I've heard of Roy Rogers, but
Roy Rogers is awesome, man. They got the best roast beef.
I heard when you walk in the door, there's Trigger all stuffed waiting for you.
All right. They got a fix-em bar, too, right in the middle. When you get your sandwich, you can get, like, lettuce, tomato, onion. Like, you can fix it yourself. So great.
They're pre-Fuddruckers, ladies and gentlemen. Pre-Fuddruckers.
Yeah, Fuddruckers.
Shut your mouth.
My favorite Montrose song still will be Rock Candy. That is a great song for a stripper.
We just listened to that last night because Mackenzie was showing her ass.
Sure she
Mr. Paradise went and played it and was trying to teach her. This is how you're supposed to behave. Hot, sweet, and sticky. Otherwise, shut your damn mouth hole.
Still at the store, unfortunately, Tim. Crack the Sky. I need to find that John Palumbo solo album from '79.
I like Bad Motor Scooter myself.
Because Joey Milland and Tom Evans from Badfinger are on that thing in background vocals. Interesting.
I never said that to anybody before.
By the way, though, so what Doug did find in Oklahoma yesterday was a counter display for RCA Records. It was like he thinks it could be 1949, the first 45. You'd go to the counter and the 45s would be on this wooden RCA Victor. Yeah, I never seen one like it. I'm like, wow.
I'm not either.
Does Roy Rogers still serve chicken?
Yeah, they do.
Get me
They
hungry.
got awesome
You know,
chicken.
Roy Rogers.
Well,
What?
ladies and gentlemen,
You mean Kenny Rogers chicken?
No, Roy Rogers has
hi,
a chain of
I'm
restaurants
Kenny
out
Rogers, and this is oh my god, and this is
God, you're
Chad.
the Matt TV thing, aren't you?
I'm
really
raised on the dairy, bitch. You got your goat milk in my anyway.
I really want y'all to just know this is the first time this has happened in my life. I just
That's
asked
what
her
she
to
said.
cut me off.
Cut you off what? Oh,
She only bitch I know he got the balls to.
Yeah, you know you got me.
another interesting one.
She don't even get a spanking tonight.
Shit, now I want one. I mean, what? I'm sorry, Dad. Damn it, that came out. Son of a
Getting
bitch.
hungry, huh?
Little bit.
I don't even know if I'm a lesbian or not.
I haven't eaten all
I'm
day.
going hungry. He's going hungry.
She said, "Do you want
I was
all these
told-
clothes hung?" Yes, I want everything hung.
I was
Yeah,
torn
oh
between
my.
again, like I was gonna make meat or pancakes. I was thinking of pancakes too.
What? What do you mean you don't know bad fig? Oh boy, here's Seagull. You got a lot of homework.
You're gonna get Paul a stroke saying that, folks.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I did listen to Godo. I did. In fact, just to prove it, because he's not in either. I can't remember if it was James or Dan that asked me about Godo. And so I will play the song that I listened to today with Godo. And then we're going to close out this video because I've been saying that for 3 times in the last 30 minutes, and I can't seem to put the brakes on this. So this one here from Canada, it is off of their album, Godo Up, and the song is called, oh, this is a nice start. The song is called So Walk On.
Walk on by.
Chris Hill, who are the Fabulous Poodles?
Oh, I've heard of them, but I don't know the music.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the power chord, heavy metal, Actagano!
Gato, okay.
Yeah, I don't say shit to him. Start firing back first,
Huh?
Start firing back.
Wow, I never heard this.
Neither have I till he brought it up. I just decided to play the first thing I found. Look at that suit. Looks like he got it from Shannon.
Wild.
I wouldn't go out there right now.
I think too much.
Yep, yep.
David Donnelly, what are you doing there?
Yeah, right.
The drummer. He looked a little like David Donnelly. I'm like, David, what the hell? Is this another gig I didn't know about?
He was moonlighting back then.
Let's see if they'll show the drummer again.
Okay, I said my next serious boyfriend was gonna play guitar like that, but I'll take my mom now. She went out the front door, Mom. She went out the front.
Yeah. These guys are not bad at all.
Oh, they're pretty good. What year is this?
This is like late 70s, early 80s.
I'm gonna say that's what it looks like to me.
I think they made a I think they made a handful of albums.
Not really.
And they're cool. What's the name of the band? Is Goodo?
Goddo. Goddo.
Goddo. Wow.
With David Donnelly on drums.
Yeah, right.
All right, this kind of looks like an early. It kind of looks a little like David Donnelly. That's what's funny.
Yeah, it does.
Getty Lee to me. I was like, what are you talking about?
City Boy's another good one too. You're right. Mike Slamer came out of that and went to join Steve Russian Streets. God, that sounds like
Where-
my life.
Are they a British band?
That's exactly right. It's Paul Schaefer.
Really?
Where are these guys from?
Somewhere in Canada.
Oh, Canada.
No, I could have been right with my Getty Lee comment then.
See, there you go.
Yeah, right.
It's Geddy Lee's brother's cousin, sister's brother. If you could figure that out, good for you, because I didn't.
Oh, goddamn it.
Wow.
You have to get hold on.
Walk down already, for God's sake. He's wigged out, I guess. I don't think that jacket can get any shinier. Who the hell is rummaging through shit?
Yeah, right.
I'm waiting for him to do the splits. Either that or it's gonna rip his pants. That's right. They did open for Gigi Allen that night, ladies and gentlemen. See, now Jen's gone. Hopefully everything's okay. She kept looking out a window.
Yeah, she was waiting for something in the mail.
Oh, I was gonna say hopefully it wasn't for a wildfire. It was a wild. Ow, 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 ow! That hurts. It burns out. Anyway,
Yeah.
Geddy Lee always sounded like he was sitting on a block of ice when he sang. You know what? You just revealed his musical secret. You shouldn't have done that.
James Farley, you will never get diamond-shaped dumplings now.
Oh no!
Cut off. You know, I was about to spend $32.95 to overnight ship them to you.
$32.95. Such a steal. Boy, Bay.
Okay.
What is she doing?
Sit down for a second.
She's about to sit down for a second.
What's that?
She's about to sit down for a second.
Oh. Yes, that's right. Get that package before Richard's dog chews it up. Oh my God. I heard about this story.
I slept with the dog last night.
Every night.
What was his name?
Playing.
Mary Jane. Yeah, she's a pit bull. Little pit bull. I think you met Carl before. Carl from the jacuzzi. Carl, that kills people. Yeah, we decided we're going to make up our own channel, Conversations from the Jacuzzi.
Does Carl know
Right.
about llamas with hats?
That's yeah. He sure does.
If you
You don't
people know
like
what I'm
it, but
talking about, llamas with hats out there, you might have a good.
Oopsies.
Yeah, I hate to do this, but I was about ready to wrap this up anyway. So from the land of Godo, from Venus to the third stone of from the sun, Earth, ladies and gentlemen, once again another really fine broadcast here. Yes, I know a lot of mathematical things there.
we do maths.
Well, listen, dear, I'm got to cut this off, so I'm gonna don't be You thank you for coming on. Thank you everybody for coming on. But like I
Absolutely.
said, you know,
God
we
bless
love
everyone.
you people here. You know,
Every show is better.
well, we try.
Yes.
Sometimes there is you know, it depends on how I feel. But I really do appreciate you guys all being here. Thanks for being here. Like and sub if you'd like to. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about Psycho Splatters. Of course, always powered by coffee. And the most unforgettable fact of this Psycho Splatters is a Love Peace production.